All right, Shalom Israel. Welcome back to Wednesday night class. Welcome back to Wednesday night class. Good to see everybody in person. Good to see everybody in line, online as well. I know we're starting a little late, but shout out and Shalom to Stream of Wisdom in Rochester, New York. Stream of Wisdom, Houston, Texas. Stream of Wisdom, Norfolk, Virginia. Shout out and Shalom to Cabo in Guatemala and his congregation, scattered all through over U.S. and Florida and Atlanta, Georgia, California, and Guatemala. Shout out and Shalom to Amiatza in London. And hope he's doing well and his family. And let's go ahead and get started with part 2 of this true generosity, removing expectations and salvaging bonds. Now, I know last week we had some internet issues. Hopefully we don't repeat that same issue, but it is what it is. Let's get the definition of generous. Karai, since you're here, let's go ahead and start with the definition of generous. Shalom, family online. See you again at the Passover. Absolutely.
Generous, 1828, Webster Dictionary. It says, primarily, being of honorable birth or origin.
It says, generous. Get the definition. Generous.
Generous. It says primarily.
Not of honorable birth. Just keep going with the definition. Give me one that fits generous, like in the form of what it means to give.
Okay, come. It says honorable. It says magnanimous.
It says munificence, right?
Number 3, kind. Liberal, bountiful.
It says liberal, bountiful, meaning liberal means you give for free.
Yeah, freely to give.
You're freely given. Bountifully means you're given in abundance. Read.
Fine. It says bountiful, munificent.
Munificent. We're going to come back to that definition of munificent because I like it a lot, but we'll come right back to it. Keep going.
Free to give.
It says, but I like this definition also. When you're generous, you're free to what?
Free to give. Yeah.
Now we know that depending upon the actions of people, depending upon circumstances and situations, people start to withdraw their ability or desire to give, especially when things are doesn't promote their way or their will or what they want or their desire. We tend to hold back what we have to give depending on the scenario. But especially when we feel like people owe us something or people are supposed to treat us a certain way or behave towards us a certain way, then we start to withdraw ourselves from said individuals. He said, freely what?
Free to give.
Go ahead.
As a generous friend.
He says, as a generous what?
Friend.
So when we're talking about generosity, what we want to focus on what? Relationships, friendships. And we're not gonna go over last week. Last week we spent a large portion of the class qualifying, vetting, and examining and proving who should receive your generosity, who should receive your affection, and knowing who qualifies to be a recipient of what you have to give. And I think we spent a lot of time last week answering those questions about how to prove a friend, and there's no need to go back over it. But I think that munificence, that definition of generosity also is an outpouring of your affection. So it also explains who should you be pouring your affection out to? Who deserves you? Who deserves your affection? Who deserves the fact that when it's time for you to pour out your affection, who should be the recipient of your affection? That's a great question because everybody's not worthy to receive affection, especially an outpouring of affection. And that's what last week's class was about qualifying individuals to understand if these people are worthy for my affection. So that munificence is an outpouring of affection. All right. So what else you got, Karai?
It says full, overflowing.
It says full, overflowing. So when it comes to giving, being generous or being kind or showing affection, you're supposed to be giving affection in an overflowing manner. We're not supposed to be retarding or withholding back our affection. But there's a a vetting process, which we talked about last week. And David explained that thoroughly in Psalms chapter 119, verse 63. Let's get that next reader. Psalms chapter 119, verse 63.
Psalms chapter 119 and verse 63 reads, ready?
Yep.
I am a companion of all them that fear thee.
He said what?
I am a companion of all them that fear me.
Go ahead.
And of them that keep thy precepts.
So David already classified who his friends are, who he aligns himself with, who's deserving of his affection, this outpouring of affection, who is he going to freely give to. He already explained the individuals that he's willing to freely give to are those that what? Read it again.
I am a companion of all them.
Read it slow. You got to read it fast.
Slow.
He said what?
I am a companion of all them.
He says that my friends, my companions, are made up of those that what?
Of all them that fear me. Salaki, that fear thee.
So David is only aligning himself, giving himself, exhausting himself, depleting himself, or giving an outpouring of affection strictly to those that what?
Fear thee.
That fear the Most High. So not everybody deserves your outpouring of affection. Now, when you have those that fear the Lord, then these are major qualifiers of who gets the best of you. It's for those that fear the Lord. And what else?
And of them that keep thy precepts.
And it says, and of them that keep thy what?
Precepts.
So these are the ones, anybody else that don't fear the Lord, anybody else that don't keep the precepts of the Most High, he says they're already disqualified from being a companion. They've already been disqualified from being a friend. These individuals are disqualified from even trying to create this or having this special relationship or bond with. So he's showing you who gets the best of him. And this is who should get the best of us. Those that fear the Lord and those that make an effort to keep his commandments. These are the people that we should be classifying as friends. Anybody else in the world that don't have a fear of the Lord, that don't keep the commandments, do not classify them as your friends. You might as well say these are people that I know, or these are associates. These are just Joe Schmoes, or just regular people. But as far as having or deserving what you have to give and what you have to offer, it should be narrowed down to people that have a fear of the Lord. We understood that from last week, right? That's why I said there's no need to go over the whole class, but we spent a lot of time last week explaining who should be a friend, and also we spent a lot of time last week on how to deal with unfriendly partners. If you do have a partner or you're in a relationship and they're not treating you the way that you feel like you deserve, how to deal with them as well. We talked about this last week, and for those individuals, let's go to Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, chapter 40, verse 23.
Ecclesiastes chapter 40, verse 23.
Read that.
A friend and companion.
He says, now we already know who the friends are. David already explained who your friend should be. David already explained who your companion should be. He says, a friend and a companion, read.
A friend and companion never meet amiss.
He says, a friend and a companion never meet amiss. That meet amiss means to be out of order. So the estate of the relationship, or the estate of the companionship, or the estate of the relationship should never be out of order. It should never be broken or out of order. He says a companion, or a friend never meet what?
Amiss.
They never meet amiss. They should never be out of order. Yes. Okay, let's get a definition of amiss so we understand when he says out of order, there's multiple definitions of this word amiss.
Amiss, 1828 was the dictionary. Point 1. Wrong.
They should never be at what?
Wrong.
They should never wrong each other. So I should never be willing. I shouldn't be hurting people that I said that this is my companion, or I said this is my friend, or I'm in a relationship with. I should never be wronging these individuals. What else?
It says faulty.
I should never find fault or be looking for fault or trying to see if these individuals are faulty. I'm trying to figure. This is my companion, but I'm always looking at what's fake about you. I'm always classifying. This is the issue that I have with you because I can always see you're wrong. I'm looking for your wrongs. Is that how you want to build a relationship?
No.
Is that how you want to build a friendship?
No.
No, you don't want to build a friendship like that. So we got to understand of that. All right. So we don't want to have those kind of friendships, relationships where we're just always looking at what's wrong with each other. If you're always looking at what's wrong with your friend or your companion, you're going to find something wrong. You are going to find what you're looking for. But what good is that going to do to help you be generous and kind to them? How is that going to make you or help you be kind to somebody that you're always looking at how wrong they are, how off they are, or how crooked they are, or how wicked they are? How is that going to benefit your generosity and your charity and your kindness that you have to offer to people when you only see what's wrong with them? You're not going to give much. Why won't you give much? Because you could always see flaw. And if you look at people enough, you will see flaw. If that's all you're focused on, if that's all you care about, if that's all you're identifying is they're wrong, then you'll forget what's good about them. You'll forget what's good about them, and you'll forget why you're a friend. Why you're a friend in the first place. You'll forget why you're a companion in the first place, because all you see is flaws. All you see is faults. All you see is wrong, and the relationship, the estate of the relationship is out of order. That's what he means, out of order. All right. So read that again, Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiasticus 40:23. A friend and companion never meet amiss.
And it should never be this way. It should never be built on pretenses of faults, wrongs, doing each other wrong, looking for faults, looking for wrongs, and the estate is broken. Friends shouldn't exist like this. Read on.
But above both.
And it says, an even better relationship than friends and companions. There's a relationship that should be tighter than friends and companions. He says, but above both is what?
But above both is a wife with her husband.
It says, but above a friend and a companion, he says, this goes without saying, there should be absolutely no question whatsoever that when you decided to make a marriage with somebody, you damn sure shouldn't be looking for the wrongs and the faults and the blames and the guilt and what's out of order about this individual. He says, because above a friend and companion, above them both is what?
Is a wife with her husband.
It says, now these two have made an actual vow of a lifelong commitment with each other. They made a vow for a lifelong determination to exist together. Now, if you made that vow with somebody to where you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person, then it wouldn't help whatsoever to just only be looking at what's wrong at them and what's wrong in them. He says, so the estate of a husband and a wife, their relationship should exist far greater, far more superior than even that of a friend and a companion. We understand that though, right? You don't want to be miserable coming home every single day. That's both on the male side and the female side. You don't want to just sit in the car in the parking lot dreading coming in the house. Because all that's going to be talked about is what's wrong with you. So that's all that's going to be discussed. He says, so when it comes to a friend, when it comes to a companion, they shouldn't be at odds. But a husband and wife, or wife and a husband, it says they should what?
A friend and companion never meet amiss.
He said they should never what?
Meet amiss.
They should never meet amiss. So, David, read this for me real quick. Read this for me. I love what Matthew Henry, when he's discussing about relationships in particular, and he expounds on this particular point in Romans chapter 12. But just read this, the major point of emphasis when it comes to relationships, why it's so important that you shouldn't be at odds with each other. Read this.
Matthew Henry. It is labor.
It says what?
That is labor.
It says what he's saying is if you really want to make the best relationship, he says you have to put some work in. He says you got to labor. He's going to explain, because everybody got a job sometimes, most of the time in a relationship. Husband and wife got jobs most of the time. But he said that is labor. That ain't the labor he's talking about. 9 to 5 is not the labor he's talking about. That's not what he means. He's talking about a different type of labor. He says that is what?
Labor.
He said that is put some work in. Go ahead.
As much as you can.
He says work in this capacity as much as you can. Let's find out what he's talking about. Read.
To agree.
To what?
To agree.
Where should the work be at when you're in a relationship?
To agree.
What should you be working towards when you're in a relationship? Is it just I got a job? No. Or I clean the house? Or I cook? Or I cut the grass? No.
To labor as much as you can to agree.
So the agreement is what's primary and most important in a long-term relationship, is that you get on the same page. That's the work that it takes, because that's what breaks down the relationships anyway. They stop agreeing. He says, so labor as much as you can to what?
To agree.
Go ahead.
In apprehension.
And apprehension means in what?
Understanding.
In understanding. Get on the same page with the person that you said you committed a lifelong relationship with. He said that's the best thing you can do, is to make a commitment to be in the same mind frame and have the same understanding with the person that you made a commitment with. Read on.
And wherein you come short of this.
And a lot of people come short being on the same page with their partners. Many people do. Many people don't agree with their partners, male or female. Mm-hmm. Husbands don't always agree with wives, and wives don't agree with husbands. He says, but when you come short of understanding each other, what should compensate for you coming up short in agreement? Read.
Yet agree in affection.
He says you should agree in what?
In affection.
He says, so what should compensate your disagreement?
Affection.
So who replaces an argument with affection? Do we do that? Do we know how to get the best in a relationship? Get that definition correct of affection. Because listen what he's saying. He's saying if you can't agree, if you come short with the ability to be on the same page with the person you made a commitment with, then you better compensate that disagreement with affection. Now, who the hell wants to be affectionate with somebody they don't agree with? So what we do is, you in that room, I'm in this room. You in the kitchen, I'm in the garage. You over here, I'm over there. I'm at the store, and you at the mall. We try to be as far away from each other as possible, because I don't agree with you. But that's not how you build relationships. That's not how you perfect relationships. The way you perfect relationships is, if you can't understand the person that you're with, then replace that misunderstanding with affection. Get that definition of affection.
Affection. It says, in a more particular sense, a settled goodwill.
It said, give me the third definition.
A bent of mind.
It says what?
A bent of mind.
A bent of mind in what way?
Towards a particular object.
So this means that even if I don't agree with you and I don't see eye to eye with you, my mind is fixed, or my mind is bent in a way that what? A bent of the mind that what, Kariah?
It says towards a particular object.
It says a bent of the mind towards a what?
Towards a particular object.
So I'm going to lean, even though we don't agree, I'm going to lean my mind and bend my mind towards what? Read.
A particular object.
Go ahead.
Holding a middle place between disposition.
Go ahead.
Which is natural.
Go ahead.
Passion.
It says in what?
It says which is natural and passion.
Go ahead.
Which is excited.
It says which is what?
Which is excited.
So even though we don't agree, I'm still excited to see you. Even though we don't agree, I'm excited that you're home. Even though we don't agree, I'm excited to spend time with you. So can you be in a relationship where things may not be eye to eye and you're on the same page, but there's no love lost? Is that possible?
Yes.
But do we exercise ourselves in that fashion? No. Because you know what happens when you don't agree with somebody? You despise them. You distance yourself from them. You treat them very withdrawn, and you're very reluctant to be around them and in their presence. He said, but the holding place, because the affection is the holding place between me and you having a misunderstanding. That's what's in place or in the middle of us maybe not seeing eye to eye, but there's something that still keeps us bonded together. There's still some hope. That bond is glued together on the fact that, you know what, we're different. We have our own preferences, but it's okay. I'm still excited to see this person. I'm still excited to be around this person. I still enjoy this person's presence with me.
Yeah.
This is what should be in exchange or as a placeholder for a disagreement. Read on, Karai.
It says, point number 3, it says, which is natural and passionate, which is excited.
Which is excited by what?
By the presence.
You're excited still by the what?
By the presence.
By their presence. That means I don't have to always agree 100% to still like somebody and still prefer to be around somebody.
And to project that.
And to let them see that.
Because people say, well, I am inside. Okay, can you project that to the person you're with?
Yeah.
Can they see it?
How do they know it's not there? How do they know it's not there?
Because you're bent, you're not bent toward the.
Because you're bent the other way. You're bent the other way. The being bent the other way is,
That's crazy.
you know, I'm gonna try to keep as far away from this person as possible. I'm gonna try to keep my distance. When they're talking, I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna, and my face, my countenance gonna say it all. It's written all over your face. But he said what?
It says,
Hold on. He says,
Yet agree in affection.
it says, so when I can't agree in understanding or apprehension, I agree in what?
Affection.
Go ahead.
It says, endeavor to be all one.
It says endeavor.
Endeavor
So when you're in a relationship, you got to fight to be what?
all one.
You got to fight to be all one. So if we can't be all one on the same page, we should never lose the affection for each other. We should never lose the affection for each other. Because once you lose affection for the other person that you're with, you're not going to tolerate much. You're not going to endure much. You're not going to endure long at all. Read, there we are.
It says, not affecting to clash.
It says I'm never trying to do what with you.
Clash.
I'm never trying to clash with you. You can be in a marriage where you try to minimize the clashes. If you want the best type of relationship, you want to be able to try to minimize the fights, minimize the stressors, the triggers that cause fights. And what the triggers that causes fights is the fact that I don't agree with you. But if I can at least supplement that with some affection, then I'll still let that person know, hey, we may not see eye to eye, but that don't mean I don't want you. That don't mean I don't want to be around you. That don't mean I hate you. You're not always going to agree with people. But you still should back that up with some affection, which means what? Number 4, Kariah?
point number 4, in a more particular sense.
In a more particular sense, read.
A settled.
It says
goodwill.
what? It says what?
A settled goodwill.
Go ahead.
Love or zealous attachment.
I should never lose my zealous what?
Attachment.
Zealous is a strong desire. I should never lose a strong desire to not be with you. I should never lose that fire. to depart from you. But you know how many people, soon as they get at odds, they're so quick to depart.
Yeah.
They're so quick to say, you know, you don't like it, leave. Why are you telling me if I don't like it, leave? You can get out. You can get out. I've heard that before. You don't like it, you can leave. I've said it before too. Guilty is charged. Because why is that? Because I'm losing my affection for this person. And one thing you don't want to do when you're in a relationship is lose that affection. Lose that desire or that fire or that zeal to be attached. What else is going to keep you together when you don't agree? That's what should help be the glue to disagreement. What else you got, Dalia?
It says, and contradict.
Go ahead. I'm not trying to clash with you, and I'm not trying to contradict you. You say left, I say right. You say stay, I say go.
Yeah, it needs to be a contrarian.
I'm gonna be a contrarian. Everything you say, I'm gonna just say the opposite.
Just because.
You say we should do it tonight, I'm gonna say we should wait till the morning. Like everything you say, I'm just gonna say the opposite. You can keep that mentality up, and you can argue for preference, but you're disrupting the estate of the relationship. You're disrupting the estate of a marriage, of a bond that should be a lifelong partnership. What else you got? Finish that.
And
Correct.
Okay, kind of. It says, as the affection of a parent for his child.
Because you know what a parent should never lose? The affection for their what? For their child. That's the kind of love that you should have for your partner. No matter what you do, when children make mistakes. But does that mean you disown them because they make mistakes? Because they don't get something right, you disown them? Yes, sir.
Yeah, so majority of the time they do something and it hurts you, but you still love them.
You still love
Let
them.
it go. You look at the good.
Right. You still want to be around your children. You sometimes you'll spank them and still say, come here. Now come here. It hurt me more than it hurt you.
You still want to be.
Come out of that room crying. Stop all that crying. Yes, sir.
I said that's why sometimes we end up being a little soft.
Yeah, because we don't hate them. But can you perform that same level of compassion to your partner? The sister had your hand up earlier, sis.
Could that affection also be seen like not holding a grudge? And
That's exactly what it
during
is.
the heat of that moment?
Yes.
Good night, or good night, baby. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, you can. And we're going to get to that point too, because that's where the class is going. Because you got to look at bringing about some solutions to your disagreements. There's got to be solutions to disagreements, because there's always going to be a disagreement. But that don't mean because we disagree that it has to melt down the relationship, or the whole house has to melt down because we're not on the same page. That mean the whole house got to go to hell because we don't agree? No, it doesn't. That means there's still got to be better solutions to creating and maintaining a relationship. Finish what you got, W.I.? Finish that definition too, Karai.
it says,
It said the affection of a parent to a child. What else?
It says, it was formerly followed by to or towards, but is now more generally followed by for.
Okay, let's stop that. Finish this, W.I.
it says, yet to agree in affection, endeavor to be all one, not affecting to clash and contradict and thwart one another.
Thwart means to knock somebody off their track. Thwart means to knock. Thwart, when you read the definition, it's used in terminology of knocking a racer off his course. That's like if somebody's on the track and they're running a race, a marathon, and you come and you run and tackle them and knock them off the track. Then you're knocking them. You're bringing them down from the pace that they were on, or you're destroying the pace that they were on. Yeah, yes, sir.
It's more like a cheat sheet because at that point you like cheated to win the race.
Right. Exactly. I'm trying to make sure that this person don't finish.
Mhm.
So I'm a hindrance in a sense. I'm a hindrance and an enemy to your progression. So that's what it means to thwart. So what Matthew Henry is saying is to maintain the best relationships, even if you're not on the same page, you should not be attacking each other. You should not be trying to knock each other off course. You should not be conflicting one another. And what else?
It says, but keep the unity
It said, but keep the unity. Go ahead.
of the Spirit
Go ahead.
in the bond
Of what?
Of peace.
Of peace. So this is how you sustain relationships. This is how you manage to have a long-term godly relationship that can last a long time, because now you have solutions. Just because there's a disagreement doesn't mean there's a meltdown. Just because you don't see eye to eye doesn't mean you have to hate each other. There's other ways around it. You should never lose your excitement to want to be in this person's presence, especially if you don't agree. You should at least maintain your affection, especially if you don't agree. So we know this is true. Go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7, read verse 3. And get this definition too, Karai.
First Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
It says let the husband do what?
Render unto the wife due benevolence.
Get that definition of benevolence, because sometimes we need reminders. Just because we have disagreements doesn't mean that we have to withdraw benevolence or withhold benevolence. And that's usually where the anger comes from and the hate comes from, is that because we had a disagreement, now this person's turned cold on me. We had a couple of disagreements, now this person don't even love me no more. They act like they don't love me no more. They don't want to put up with me anymore. And then begins the meltdown in households. He says, read that again.
Come. 1 Corinthians 7 and 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
So when I'm in a relationship, I owe something. Something is due. What should be paid? What is due? What do I owe? Benevolence. Get that definition.
Benevolence. It says the disposition.
Meaning, I never lose. That's why the Bible has to have reminders. It has to give us reminders. Just because you don't see eye to eye, you should never lose the mentality. Disposition is a state of mind to do what?
It says to do good.
So, what do we do when we have problems with our partner? We lose the desire, or the desire in mind, or the will, or the want to treat this person what?
Good.
Good. That's the first thing people do when they have a problem in their relationship, in their marriage. I don't want to treat you good. How the hell is how does somebody love that delicate and that shallow, where we could have one disagreement and now you don't want to do me right anymore? You made a vow to be in a relationship. You made an oath to be married. We had one little argument and now you don't want to treat me right? You don't want to reciprocate what you owe? You don't want to give forth what should be a natural desire for the person that you said, I'm going to commit my life to you? It says husbands do what?
It says, let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Because what do men do when they don't agree with their wife? I ain't trying to treat her right. Not trying to go out of my way for you. I'm not trying to get your attention or do things that make you happy. I'm not trying to be responsible for your felicity, for your anything that brings you joy. I'm not trying to do the things that bring you joy. People turn cold on each other, and that's why they need reminders. Read on.
Come.
Not you, Karai.
And likewise also the wife.
Stop. Is it just the men?
The wife also.
Is it just the husbands that turn cold? Is it just men that have a callous heart? It says the wife what?
Likewise, also the wife unto the husband.
So who else turns cold?
Likewise.
The wife turned cold too. It's just the men. Men don't just become butt heads only. Women become butt heads too. And they turn cold too. And they stop wanting to give also. And they withdraw their affection also. What's that, Kariah?
Alright. It says the disposition to do good. Goodwill.
Goodwill. What else?
Kindness.
Who else starts to stop being kind? I don't want to be kind anymore. I don't want to be nice to you anymore. Men do it and women do it. All the kindness got to stop. You know, even just a courtesy. Even just a courtesy stops. You know what a courtesy is? Good morning. How you doing, baby? You doing all right? Just to check on you. I'm just checking on, see how you doing. I don't even do that anymore. I don't even want to see how you doing. I don't even want to see how you doing. I could watch you carry 50,000 bags of groceries in both hands, and I just look at you.
Just be strong.
I just look at you carry 50,000 bags of groceries with 2 gallons of water.
Oh my God.
Now you know how that plastic be cutting your hand when you carry gallons of,
Like 3 fingers.
yeah, you got 2 fingers like this carrying water. It's plastic is cutting into your hand, and you got to go up 3 flights of stairs. I just watch you. I just watch you bring it on in. I don't even ask you, do you have anything else? Even though I know I'm gonna eat too, I'm just watch you go back and forth. You go back upstairs, you go back down, go to the trunk, then you got the whole case of water. You got 24 pack of water. Man. And I just watch you carry that water. You got it. You got it. You gonna be all right.
Be strong.
You gonna be all right.
That's what the gym for.
Tell me that people don't do this.
Oh, kind of.
Tell me that people just watch you with you got a mountain full of responsibilities, and I just watch you with all these responsibilities. And I just say, man, shouldn't have talked back to me. Shouldn't have said what you said. I might have gave you a hand. And you know what we do? Male and female, husband and wife. You know what we do? Fine, I don't need you then. I just do it by myself.
Yeah.
We just double down and say, you know,
Straight pride.
I just straight pride. I won't even ask you for no help.
They get angrier.
And then I'm more mad because I know you see me with all this groceries. I know you see me. So I'm more mad because you didn't even offer to help. So I just say, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm getting used to doing things by myself.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nobody else in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I figured out.
I figured out. Yeah. I'm getting used to being alone.
Oh. Yeah.
Tell me that don't exist, and the words ain't said in the household. It's said because it's true, and that's what people do. Those are signs of somebody turning cold. When they start using that terminology, they're turning cold. Their heart's turning cold. They're losing affection. They're losing zeal. They're losing desire and excitement to be there with you in your presence. And that's not what's supposed to be happening, but it happens all the time. And it happens so often, that's why more people divorce than they do stay married. The divorce rate is higher than the marriage rate, especially over 5 years. Marriages fail within the first 2. Most of them do. So if you don't have the solutions, if you don't learn the ingredients, if you don't understand the disposition and the state of mind you're supposed to have when you're in a relationship, you won't have a relationship, and if you do, it won't be a happy one. It won't be a pleasurable relationship if you don't have solutions. So that's why the Bible has to give us these answers. Read that again.
Come. 1 Corinthians 7:3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
Go ahead.
And likewise also the wife unto the husband.
And likewise the wife unto who?
The husband.
Read. No, hold on. Karai, finish that definition.
The disposition to do good, goodwill,
Goodwill. What else?
kindness,
Kindness. What else?
charitableness.
Charitable. You know what? I know you're hungry.
matters.
I know you're hungry because I'm hungry. But I just went to In-N-Out Burger and I just went and got myself. Give me a double, animal style. I'm an animal style. I got that from my Miyake.
Yes, animal style.
Animal style. I didn't know what the hell animal style was.
Flavors.
Yeah.
Flavor style.
And I'm just gonna eat the double with the animal style.
Yep. With the fries.
With
With animal style fries.
animal style fries too.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm gonna look at you, look at me while I eat this double. But I know if I'm hungry, obviously you're probably hungry also. But I don't even want to think about you.
You didn't make me nothing yesterday.
Yeah, you know, I'm just giving you and showing you what's already in the household. You know, so people in a relationship become individuals, and this is some of the mishaps of relationships that make them fall apart because people start to turn cold and they don't want to be kind to each other anymore. They lose the ability to be kind to each other. That's why the Bible has to remind us you can never lose your disposition to be kind or what? Kindness or what, correct?
It says charitableness.
Charitableness, to give, man. People stop wanting to give. Soon as there's a disagreement, soon as there's an argument, or we don't see eye to eye or be on the same page, the relationship goes out the window. And there's consequences to withholding yourself and losing the affection in a relationship. Go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 9. We read this last week also. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 9.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 9 reads, "In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved."
Yeah, when somebody see you do good, they'll hate it. That's because they don't really love you. Read on.
But in his adversity,
He said, but if the situation gets hard enough, read.
but in his adversity, even a friend.
It said if the relationship gets too out of bounds or out of order, or where they don't see each other on the same page, they're not on the same page in mind, in apprehension, in thought, and the circumstances gets just rough enough. What will happen if the relationship gets just rough enough where there's a little bit of too much conflict? What will happen?
Even a friend will depart.
Even a friend will what?
Depart.
So is anything guaranteed from anybody?
No.
Is anybody guaranteed to love you regardless?
No.
No. People will be around until the circumstances are just not worth it. Depending on how much affliction is in the air, even people that said they're your friend will still bounce on you based on the circumstances. So especially if there's a lack of affection and there's a lack of a desire to treat each other right, or there's a desire of a lack of desire to be kind to one another, or show that benevolence that 1 Corinthians 3 is talking about, it's out the window. Go back to 1 Corinthians. Who had 1 Corinthians chapter 7?
Come. 1 Corinthians 7 and 3.
Jump to verse 10.
Verse 10. And unto the married I command.
He said that if you are married, read.
Yet not I, but the Lord.
Go ahead and say this ain't my advice. This is the Most High's advice. Read.
Let not the wife depart from her husband.
So you know what the Most High wants, even more than sometimes that we want to suffer. We don't like to suffer the other person that we're in a relationship with, but the Most High's desire, regardless, it prevails over our inability to want to suffer with another person. The Most High's desire is for what? Read.
Come. It says, let not the wife depart from her husband.
What does the Most High want?
let not the wife depart from her husband.
Does the Most High want you to get tired of that other person? Does the Most High want you to stop being benevolent to that other person? Does the Most High want to see you become withdrawn and withdraw your kindness and your charitableness with that other person? Lose your affection for that other person, your excitement with that other person. He says, let the wife do what?
And it says, let not the wife depart from her husband.
Go ahead.
But, and if she depart,
He said, but if she do depart, read.
let her remain unmarried.
It says, let her stay single. Let her remain unmarried. Read on. For the purpose of what?
Or be reconciled.
Or be what?
Reconciled.
It says, or be reconciled. Come back together on the same page. Because obviously, not being on the same page is what causes the problems.
True.
So, when relationships do go down the drain, and they do melt down and fall apart, what the Most High wants you to do is to reinvest. And that's something that we don't like to do.
It's a major point.
We don't like to reinvest.
It's not even discussed a lot of times.
That reconciliation is a reinvestment. I got to go back and put back into this person what it was that we had from the beginning that caused us to be a unit, for us to be a couple, or for us to be companions. I got to go back and put back in like I did from the very beginning. Because people forget to reinvest when the relationship melts down. People forget to put back into the relationship when it falls apart. Because you know what we do? We want to turn cold and stay cold. And if you don't reinvest, there won't be a relationship. But there's an opportunity. There's always an opportunity if you choose to reinvest to keep the relationship stable and going. Ongoing. He said what? Read on.
Says, but if she depart, let her remain unmarried, or be reconciled to her husband.
It says, or be reconciled to her husband. What verse is that?
That's 11.
That's 11, right? So he's showing you what is possible. What's possible is to reinvest and get back on the same page. We don't usually do that because we lose the affection that we have towards one another, and we lose the desire to want to be around each other, and we lose the excitement, and we let the excitement of each other's presence die. And when that happens, ultimately, if that happens, read verse 15.
You want the rest of that 11?
Yeah, finish that 11.
It says, and let not the husband put away his wife.
And don't let, because both of them will turn cold on each other. One will say, I'm going to leave, or the other one will say, get out. Both of these are examples of somebody turning cold. And if ultimately that happens, read.
You wanted 15?
15.
Come on, verse 15. But if the unbelieving depart.
But if you try to reinvest and they still don't want to agree, read.
Let him depart.
Can you control somebody?
No.
Do you have control over people? You do what you can as much as possible to be benevolent as possible, to be affectionate as possible, to be on the same page as possible, to be in agreement with each other as possible, to not lose the zeal for each other as much as possible. But you cannot control the other person. You cannot control, ultimately, you cannot control a man or a woman. You have no control. You can do everything you can in your power. The Most High has given the answers on how to maintain it, how to keep it going. But if you fail in that, and the person says, you know what, I got to go, or I'm too cold, then you got to do what? Did he say go back and chase him? He said do what?
But if the unbelieving depart, let him depart.
Go ahead.
A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases.
He says a brother or a sister, showing you that it's both husbands and wives that are in situations where they cannot control what the other person does. And if I'm in a situation where I can't control, because we don't, what the other party does, then I'm no longer accountable and responsible and no longer held to the same vow or same commitment that we're going to be lifelong partners. Yes, sir.
So the unsaid thing is it true that one should literally almost look or play the fool in
What?
their affection, in their love, before that person leaves, before you leave?
When you say play the fool,
or look, or more, I guess I'm looking at it like worldly. Other people would look at it as you're being a fool for trying to get back with that person or show them love after they treated you like this or talk to you like that.
yeah, well, that this time it depends on. Give me this right here. Give me this verse. Let me get this verse then, because you asked a great question. Give me this verse. It's in Ecclesiastes. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 17.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 17 reads.
Hold on, let me get it. Yes. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 17 reads, consult not with a fool.
So depending on where you get your advice from, the question is, who's telling you a fool for that? For trying to get your relationship back or trying to work out your marriage. It depends who you're talking to. Because if you're talking to the right people, they'll tell you what it takes and that's what counsel is for.
Right.
That's why you take your situations and the disharmony that exists within a marriage, you take it to counsel, but you take it to counsel with the right individuals. But he says do what?
Consult not with a fool.
He said, but you do not take your situations, your disharmony that you have at home for a relationship that you're trying to salvage and reinvest into and try to rebuild. You don't take that advice to people that's a fool, but you go to people that can understand counsel, which we understand this in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, read verse 1.
1 Corinthians 6:1. Dare any of you having a matter against another?
If I got a matter with my husband or I got a matter with my wife, the Bible says I bet not dare have a matter or an issue with my spouse and do what?
Go to the law before the unjust.
And I go take my business, my personal matters, and my relationship before the who?
The unjust.
I go to the unjust. I go to Jake to get marriage advice.
Right.
You can go to Jake, people without biblical understanding and knowledge. You can go to Jake and get advice, but that advice won't be in agreement to what's sound, for what's virtuous, for what's appropriate. He said, dare any of you having a matter one against another, go to the law before who?
Before the unjust.
And who should you rather go to?
It says, and not before the saints.
You should go to who?
The saints.
So you take your marriage issues to who?
The saints.
You take your marriage issues to the saints. You don't take your marriage issues to Jake. Because they're going to tell you exactly what it takes to be single real fast.
Yep. And be in the streets.
Real quick. Hey, you a sucker, man.
Yeah.
You look like a lame. You a lame. This just your husband. This your wife. They tell you, man, you a sucker, man. Look at you, a sucker for love. Look at you, man. Looking all droopy. You a clown. You a clown for that, man. Man, you don't chase them, replace them. You know the game. Yeah, you can take your marriage advice to people that only knows how to break relationships and never have any working ones, or you can go to the saints. That's why he said in Ecclesiastes 8 and 17, he said what? Who had it?
God. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 17 reads, consult not with a fool.
That's why you don't take your problems to a who?
To a fool.
Read.
For he cannot keep counsel.
It says because a fool cannot maintain what?
Counsel.
They don't even have it figured out. It said the scripture says if the blind lead the blind, they both what? They both fall into a ditch. You don't get your advice from somebody that cannot keep counsel, that don't understand counsel and maintain counsel. You take your problems to the saints. So it depends on who you're getting your advice from. Just to answer your question. Does that help answer your question?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 15.
1 Corinthians 7 and 15. But if the unbelieving depart,
Go ahead.
let him depart.
Because you can't control people. As unfortunate and against the will of the Most High it is that you separate, because that's not the will of the Most High. That's against His will. But you can't control the other party. You can't control the other person. Read.
A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases.
It says, so I'm no longer obligated to the vows of being married. Read.
But the Most High hath called us to peace.
But the Most High called us to what?
Peace.
Because being at peace does what? It salvages marriages. That's how you salvage a relationship. You find out how to be at peace with your partner. Because that's the door. That's what salvages relationships. First, Romans chapter 7, verse 1 and 2.
Romans chapter 7, verse 1.
Read that.
Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.
But if you understand the law, not Jake. Jake don't understand the law. But if you understand the law, read.
How that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
That means the law is in effect as long as I'm alive. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not eat pork, swine, rabbit, camel. All these things are still in effect as long as I live. Read.
Verse 2. For the woman which hath an husband.
And in the same way that the law has dominion over me as long as I live, is also the same way that when a woman has a husband, read.
For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law.
She's what?
Bound by the law.
She's bound by the law to do what?
To her husband.
To who?
To her husband.
So who is she bound to for the rest of her life? Who is she obligated to for the rest of her life?
To her husband.
That's why it's best. Bless you. That's why it's best to not lose affection in a relationship. That's why it's best to not lose the excitement of wanting to be together.
Yeah.
Because you made a commitment that's supposed to last for the rest of your life. That's why it's best to know how to make it work. You should want to make it work if it's a lifelong relationship. Read on.
Is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth.
Go ahead.
But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband.
That don't mean spike his coffee with bleach.
I'm free now.
Yeah, because that's
It's on TV
yeah,
all the time.
yeah. You be on Lifetime channel, right? The Lifetime
Oh, the
channel,
Crime Network.
Crime Network. That means don't assist him in that speed of going that direction. That's not what that means. 1 Corinthians, you have 1 Corinthians chapter 7, right? I mean, read verse 39.
1 Corinthians 7 and what did you say?
39.
That was 1 Corinthians, right?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 39. The wife is bound by the law.
It says the wife is what?
The wife is bound by the law.
So guess what? If you're married, you are bound by what? You're bound by the law. So it's best that you know how to make a relationship work, because this is the Most High saying, this is your lifelong partner. You better figure it out. You better work it out. You better make it function. You better start adding some affection, implementing some excitement. You better learn how to be on one accord. You better learn how to be on the same page. Or you better learn how to choose correctly. He said, because you're bound by what?
Says the wife is bound by the law as long as her husband liveth.
Didn't we just read that? Didn't we just read that in Romans?
Yeah.
Read.
But if her husband be dead, she is at liberty to be married to whom she will.
And that's the only thing that disannul a marriage. Read.
Only in the Lord.
But she got to choose somebody that's what? In the
Only
Lord.
in the Lord.
It's best that she choose that's somebody in the Lord, not somebody in the world, not a Jake person. Read.
But she is happier if she so abide after my judgment.
He says, but she doesn't have to be married, because Paul's advice is to stay single, but you don't have to. So either learn how to work it out, learn how to maintain affection, learn how to be kind when you don't want to be kind, learn how to be on the same page when you're at odds with each other, when you don't agree, or be single.
Not single.
Yeah.
Not single like you're living your life.
Yeah.
That's single.
Like
Single means single like you're not engaged.
Right. So that don't mean like single and mingling,
Yeah, not that kind of.
or like,
That's something different.
you know, or I'm in a situationship.
Yeah,
A situationship.
that's not single.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Yeah.
What Jada Smith said?
Jada,
Jada Pinkett?
She's entangled.
she said I have an entanglement.
She fell into the entanglement. We had an entanglement. Like an entanglement, really?
What's her name? August Alsina?
Yeah. Y'all had an entanglement?
Yeah, this guy was a live-in boyfriend. Yes, sir.
And there's still rules to that also. If you're going to be single and not have a husband, there's still duties that Phoebe they were making for the church.
Exactly.
You're giving yourself over to the service of what's needed. For
Exactly. Because when you're single, you're married to the church. You're supposed to be married to the church if you're single. So, but he's showing advice. What Paul's saying, work it out. Either work it out or be single. You don't have to be married. Or figure it out. Figure out how to forgive. Figure out how to have patience. Figure out how to not lose your affection for that other person. You don't have to be married, but if you're going to be married, there's certain things that you got to learn how to do if you're going to maintain one. Finish that.
Come. Verse 40. 1 Corinthians 7:40. But she is happier if she thinks so abides after my judgment. And I think also that I have the Spirit of the Most High.
So he said it wouldn't be wrong for him to give a woman advice that to stay single and just make the Lord your focus, because that's what Paul did. Paul just made the Most High's focus. There's nothing wrong for a man to do that either. There's nothing wrong with that. Or if you got a relationship, figure out how to fix it. Figure out how to keep it. Figure out the solutions to maintain it. Stop turning cold on each other. There's options. You have options. It ain't many of them. Because, whoredom is not one of them. That is not an option.
It's not an option.
We understand that? So let's go back to, that's why it's important. That's why choosing friends, choosing companions, choosing relationships. That's why it's so critical that you use wisdom and that you use discernment and that you prove that other person. Because you're not just building a temporary situation, you're building a permanent situation. Yes, sir.
It's a lifelong partner.
It's a lifelong partner. That's why last week's class we harped a lot about vetting a person. That vetting process is critical. If I know that when we say we're going to make this union, this is a holy matrimony, and it's supposed to last till we die, then make sure this person is right. Because you know one thing that people don't like? They think they get into a relationship and they see flaw. Now I want out. Now I want to pull the plug. Now I just want to give me another one. I want to cancel her and give me another one. Or I want to cancel him and give me another one. And that's not appropriate. It's not appropriate. Give me back to Psalms 119 and 63, because That's why David giving some sound advice, man. And next brother get Ecclesiastes 37 and 12. We read this last week too, but we're not reading the whole class, just a couple of things. Ecclesiastes 37 and 12. I don't know who read Psalms 119, 63.
Psalms chapter 119, 63. I am a companion of all them that fear thee.
It says, so if I'm going to choose a partner, choose your partners out of a population of people that have a fear of what?
Fear thee.
That have a fear of the Lord. Let that be a disqualifier if they don't. Say it again.
Number one criteria.
Yes, number one criteria. That's the first box they got to check. Do they have a fear of the Lord? Because if they don't have a fear of the Lord, they will not have a fear of you. That's a
respect
fact.
for your soul.
That is a fact. That is a fact. If they don't fear the Most High, who is the creator of heaven and earth, they're not going to create somebody that only knows how to work a 9 to 5 and clean some dishes. They're not going to have no respect for you. They're not going to fear you. He said what?
I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precepts.
He says, and of all them that keep thy what?
Precepts.
So what am I looking for in a person? What am I looking for in a partner?
God fear.
God-fearing and somebody that maintains obedience to the Most High's commandments. That's what I'm looking for. Read on. Other than that, you do what you want to do. This is not good advice. Go ahead. What you got? Go ahead. Read on.
Verse 64.
No, 63. Give me the next verse. 37 and 12 from Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes 37 and 12. But be continually with a godly man.
It says, but when you make a selection that you're going to make this lifelong commitment with, it says you want to make sure that this person is godly as much as possible. It'll save you a lot of trouble. Read.
Whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Read.
Whose mind is according to thy mind.
And guess what? Y'all think the same. Y'all on the same page. Y'all have an agreement. There's a companionship. There's unity. I'm looking for agreement. I'm looking for somebody that we can share the same thoughts, or we can get on the same page, or have the same apprehension, like Matthew Henry said, or have the same understanding. Read.
And will sorrow with thee.
And somebody that's going what?
Sorrow with thee.
Somebody that has affection. They have affection for you. They can sorrow. They have sympathy. They have empathy. Read on.
If thou shalt miscarry.
Go ahead.
And let the counsel.
No, stop right there. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 17. No, verse 18, because we read 17 earlier. No, not my water. Moselle, to answer Moselle's question. Give me verse 18. We didn't finish reading that. I wanted to finish reading that.
Okay. Ecclesiastes 7, right?
8 and 18. We didn't finish reading this.
I had that.
You had it?
Yes.
Read it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 18 reads, do no secret thing before a stranger.
But you don't want to put yourself out there to a what?
Stranger.
You don't want to open yourself up to the wrong people. Too many times we don't even know people. And we be wide open with strangers. We tell strangers all our business. All our weaknesses. All our vulnerabilities. All our lusts. All our habits. We're too busy talking to strangers. He says, don't do what?
Do no secret thing before a stranger, for thou knowest not what he will bring forth.
And your business will be all out in the street. You'll be embarrassed by opening yourself up to the wrong people. They'll embarrass you. Things that you thought were sentimental, that you thought was close to your heart, that you only let a few people know, because you only let a few people in on things that are sensitive situations. Make sure that they're godly. Make sure they're God-fearing. They keep the precepts, because they'll maintain a respect for you. and the things that's dear to you. Read.
Come. Verse 19. Open not thine heart.
It says, open not thine heart. Read.
To every man.
To who?
To every man.
That's why it's so important that the way you protect yourself is that you choose wisely. You choose a person that has a godly consciousness. It helps. Because you open yourself up to the wrong individuals, they'll undermine you, throw it in your face, and embarrass you. Or weaponize your secrets, weaponize the things that are sensitive about you, and blackmail you based upon the things that you disclose.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't do this, I'm going to let it be known that this, and this. Then I'll weaponize what you said, and I'll use it against you to manipulate you with it.
In confidence.
In confidence. Well, I'm going to tell everybody this. Like, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't open myself up to the wrong individuals.
But if I didn't feel the Lord to read the scripture, then I'm expecting someone else to feel the Lord to keep my issue.
Expound on that.
Listen, there's a returning of that which a man so that shall he reap. There's a returning of issue or problems when you don't really study and read enough. A lot of people don't. They just take people's word for it. They don't read. They don't study. And they expect all the positive outcomes in the world to come to them and all the benefits of life to happen to them. And I want all the good promises of the Lord. I want the Lord to just bless me. But they don't do any of the reading that requires to make the proper judgment decision, to have the proper discernment, and have the proper clarity. And they don't follow counsel either. They don't apply any of the mechanical elements of the Bible to their life to get the outcome they want. They just say, why didn't God come through? And they put the onus on God to come through. God has to be there for me. Where was God? But where were you when the book was open? Where were you when it was quiet time to read? Where were you when you had hours and hours and days and months to put your notes together or to really listen to the scriptures in general? Where were you to then ask, where is God? Where's the Most High? Why are my relationships in broken pieces? Well, he had the answers to fix the broken pieces or prevent the broken pieces. Practice prevention or practice restoration or practice reinvestment. But when it was time for reading with the Lord and to fear the Lord, it's not that important. But then you want to be important to somebody else. You want to be important to someone. You want someone to do, how come they don't do right by me? But when it's time for you to do right by the Lord, it's not that serious. But then now someone's looking at you like, it's not that serious. You're just so upset. That's a returning of the same energy. You're giving energy you give God, you're getting it back through people sometimes too.
That's right. That's right.
Just to be honest.
Right.
Yep. Read that again.
Open not thine heart to every man.
Why not? Why is it important when you're picking partners and picking relationships and picking friends that you got to be careful? Why is it so important? Because you never know when it might backfire when you pick the wrong one. It might blow up in your face. If you're not looking for the right virtues, if you're not looking for virtues at all, you may tend to run the risk of making a disaster.
She's so wild. I can't believe she's this wild. Were you looking for virtues when you met her? You liked her because she was wild.
Or she don't listen.
Yes, she don't listen.
She don't listen, man. And women hate it when men don't listen either.
Yeah, you don't consider that.
They don't even listen to me. Yeah, you could really be trying to tell them something that's important.
Yeah.
And what does he do? He ain't listening. That be sometimes women's number one problem. I got a man at the house that don't listen to me. He give me about 30 seconds to explain myself. I got about 30 seconds to download everything that happened in an 8-hour, 10-hour day in about 30 seconds. He got about a 30-second window of patience, man. 30. I got to get it all. I got to get it all in this 30 seconds.
Quick breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah, just bulletin points. Kids are doing well. Got to raise them a job. Just want to let you know I did clean the bathtub. You know, I packed kids' lunches. 2 sandwiches were left behind. We're short on water. That's enough. That's enough. That's about it.
Your time is up.
Yeah. That's about it. He's done. His goose is cooked. He's done. He's out of there. Pew! He's out of there. Phone ring. He's out of there. Duty calls. Whatever. Or he just don't have the mental bandwidth to hear you just talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. He don't got the bandwidth. He just don't got it. And then you mad. He don't listen. Or she don't listen. You mad. You know, I'm upset now that I done chose somebody that don't listen to what I got to say. These are like critical things that are important to me, and they minimize all the things that's important to me as if don't worry about it. You worry too much. Then you're like, damn.
It's cold for this. Shut up.
And then what happens is what you say, the things you express come back to be true, and then they come back and tell you, how come you didn't tell me?
That's tough.
How come you didn't tell me?
That's a real one.
That's a real one. Yeah. How come you didn't
How
say
come you
nothing?
didn't say nothing?
You knew this was gonna happen. If you knew it was gonna happen, how come you didn't say nothing? Okay.
Oh, that's tough.
I thought I did say something.
Yeah.
But that inability to listen, people will flip the narrative. People are narrative flippers.
Yep. Yeah.
And the scripture gonna show it. It's gonna explain it. Read on my wall. He's gonna explain it. Read. He's gonna explain how people will flip the narrative on you. Read.
Open not thine heart to every man,
Oh, what else?
lest he requite thee
Oh, he pay you back with what?
with a shrewd turn.
Now he says, because what you'll get in return, you'll get a shrewd turn, a shrewd reward for what you do good. Now get that definition of Korean shrewd.
Shrewd.
They're gonna show you how people flip narratives.
Shrewd. It says, having the qualities of a shrewd.
Having the qualities of a shrewd. What else?
Vexation.
Give me number 5.
Or number 5. Painful.
It says you got a person that you're in a relationship with, and the terms and conditions of this relationship is now what?
Painful.
It's now painful. Now it hurts to be in this relationship. Now you're suffering. You're in a relationship that you got to suffer in now. It's painful. This person bring about pain to you. What else?
It says vexation.
This person get under my damn skin and get on my nerves. You're in a lifelong commitment with somebody that get on your nerves. What else?
Troublesome.
Or you're in a relationship with somebody that brings you what? Trouble. It's very problematic. I'm in a problematic relationship. There's always problems. There's always trouble. There's always issues. This person is always this person get under my skin. They get on my nerves. Or I get on their nerves. He said, this is the new state of the relationship because I didn't choose right. I didn't know what I was looking out for. I wasn't wise in looking for virtues. I was just looking for a friend. I was just trying to be a companion to somebody. I wasn't vetting anybody. I didn't prove anybody. I didn't put enough things to the test to validate the temperament of this other person. So now I'm in a situation that sucks. Yes, sir.
In the found that you're in the house with a gas lighter.
Yeah, exactly. Now he says somebody that operates like a shrewd, right?
Yeah.
Get shrewdly. Define shrewdly, because I know it's going to give a little bit more. Define shrewdly.
Shrewd. Right.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Shrewd.
that tomorrow.
It says mischievously.
It says what?
Mischievously.
Same thing right there. I got it right here. It says somebody that's shrewd, that if you choose wrong, he says they will pay you back with a shrewd turn. So he's going to show you the devious aspects, the mischievous aspects of people. what's crooked about man and women. He's going to explain what's the crooked thoughts that men and women have. Shrewdly is what?
It says mischievously,
So he says mischievously. What else?
destructively.
Go ahead.
It says vexatiously,
Go ahead.
use of a slight mischief.
Go ahead.
It says.
Get the part that says the obstinate.
All right, come. It says the obstinate.
Obstinate means stubborn. He said there's a stubbornness that people possess that if you're not careful, it's going to blow up in your face. What is it? Read on. He said the stubborn, what else?
It says the obstinate and schismatical.
Schismatical is a major point. I got something for that.
The schismatical, there's a definition.
Okay, cool.
Schismatic is one who separates from an established church or religious faith on account of diversity of opinions. What is a schismatic? A schismatic is a person that you didn't know about, that you tied yourself in with, who always has a diversity of what? Opinions. They always got their own opinion.
That's the scary thing, though, because that's super scary, bro. People with these diversity of opinions can't predict them because you never know what they believe and what they think, and then they always have a different judgment. So you're never on the same page, and then you always their way of doing things is different than your way of doing things. But in the end, they injure you because they take you personal because you broke one of their opinions, like it's the law of the Bible. I offended your opinion. Well, I didn't know I was offending your opinion. I thought I was following the Bible. Well, no, you did this. Is that the scripture? No, it's just what I think. So now you're walking on the landmine.
Yep.
Around these kind of people.
Why is that? He says because they're schismatic. And that schismatic person is one who separates from an established church or religious faith on account of diversity of opinions. So people will carry opinions that they agree with that don't align with the scriptures. People will treat you in a way that don't align with the Bible.
Yep.
But it's based on their what?
Their opinion.
Their opinion. Their opinion is not found in the Bible. It's just their opinion. They'll treat you a certain way that ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. And in these individuals that are schismatic or stubborn, who don't listen, will do what, Kariah?
It says the obstinate and schismatical are like to think themselves shrewdly, hurt by being cut from that body they choose not to be of.
It says this is the wickedness that's in men and women. What he's saying is people will have opinions that's contrary to the Bible, treat you in a way that's not found in the Bible, and then once they get ousted or they get cut loose, they turn around and blame you. They turn around and say it's your fault. That's why I said people are so mischievous, they will flip the narrative as if you kicked me out. But they're not going to say, I had contrary opinions that was not found in the Bible. All they're going to turn around and say, it's your fault that this relationship isn't working because you did me dirty. Even though they had opinions that were not found in the Bible. Even though they had opinionated beliefs that was not based upon no virtues. But you know what they'll know how to do? They'll know how to flip it on you and say it's your fault. It's your fault this relationship ain't working. Yes, sir.
Number 2 on that shrewd, sly, cunning, says subtle, artful.
Yeah, it's damn near serpent-like. It's damn near snake-like behavior. You had a contrary opinion the whole time. That it had nothing to do with the Bible. Your treatment to me had nothing to do with the Bible. The craftiness was all based on your opinion. You established based on your opinion the estate of our relationship. It wasn't biblical. So when it melted down, I turned around and said it was your fault. That's how crafty people are. Women do it and men do it. Men flip the narrative on you. Women flip the narrative on you. And then when it's time to go to court, he was never there for the kids.
Yeah.
He never held his marriage vows. You know, he never treated me like he should have treated me.
Yeah.
And then now you're standing in front of judge like, it's not true, judge. It's not true. That's not true. Now you got to pay back pay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because she said you was never there.
But was it true?
Or she got the kids and you try to say, judge, but she stepped out on me. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? She never listened to me. Sorry, sir. The state of Texas or whatever declares this day you have a judgment of $550 a month per child. Get out of my courtroom. Merry Christmas. You're like, damn. Then people want to walk away with the last laugh. So they'll flip it to feel vindicated and not feel bad and guilty about what they do. The whole while they had opinions that were not biblical. That's why you can have the freedom to choose who you want to be with. But if you're not careful, the narrative will be flipped on you for getting a person that has contrary opinions to the church.
Wow.
Or contrary opinions to religious faith.
Wow.
So that responsibility is on your shoulders to choose wisely. Because when it all falls apart, it's all going to be your fault. When it all melts down, you were the problem. You didn't follow. You didn't care enough. Somebody had their hand up. You had your hand up, sis?
Yeah. So for the most part, I was going to say we're in relationships, and let's say this is happening, right? Like let's say let's say your spouse is like that. They're mean, they're whatever. With my opinion, like they're not doing their part, like you said last week. They're not doing their part in the relationship. My opinion of me not being mean back, that would be an opinion, correct? Because that wouldn't be Christ's way. Because I'm not supposed to render evil for evil.
Right.
If I keep my integrity and do what I'm supposed to do in this relationship, that would be me keeping my opinion.
Right. And that's what this class is about. That's where we're going. What your question is exactly where we're going. Because it's still a responsibility. We're just explaining that mischievous, crafty, sly, treacherous side of man and women that nobody talks about until after things start to fall apart. And then it's all your fault, and the blame is all on your shoulders why things didn't work.
So in that case, I cannot play the victim because I had an opinion when it was time for me to do what I was supposed to do.
Right. Or I didn't choose wise enough to understand what I was getting myself into when I acted out on initiating this relationship. I didn't measure these things. I didn't quantify these things. I didn't look at all this is in the Bible, but I never looked and examined what are qualifiers in the Bible that I should be looking out for.
Yeah, I was saying, but if
So
you didn't know and you're there.
We're going to get to that point. We're going to get to that point. But we're talking about in Ecclesiastes when he said verse 19.
Come on. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 19 reads, "Open not thine heart to every man."
And that's why there's two parts of what we're talking about. One is when I'm looking for a partner. What you're saying is when you already got a partner. And so that's why we got to kind of analyze it and separate it and then answer both parties. And that's what we're going to do. One is if I'm not careful about what I'm getting myself into, the whole narrative is going to be flipped on me in the end. And all the blame is going to be on my shoulders. It's all your fault that our relationship didn't work. Then you walk away from the relationship feeling guilty, feeling like, you know what, insecure as hell. Like, I don't know how to be in a relationship. I don't know how to be a husband. Or I don't know how to be a wife. I don't know how to be a friend. Now, I feel little and insecure because I feel like it's all my fault now because somebody was artful. Somebody was crafty. Somebody was skillful, mischievous, and they knew how to flip a narrative and put it on me.
They were shrewd.
They were shrewd.
That's crazy.
But I wasn't careful. Now, I walk away with a little bitty insecure spirit. I feel it. You know how you feel when somebody leave you and it's all the relationship you thought was supposed to be going well, and they put it all on you, and now you walk out of a relationship feeling like, man, I just don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I'm doing.
I must be the worst person.
But this person took advantage of you.
Oh yeah.
And they took the best of you. And they took what you had to offer. They was a recipient of your kindness and your charity, but you left out feeling crushed and small and insecure. What did you just get for opening yourself up to the wrong individual? Read that, my Waller.
Open not thine heart to every man.
Would you otherwise what?
Lest he requite thee with a shrewd turn.
So what'd you get out of all that investment in time?
A shrewd
turn.
You got dealt with in a way where you don't even know how to have confidence in yourself anymore. You walk away with no confidence. You like, damn, I don't even know if I'm worthy of a relationship. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get another person. I think that was the best person I could ever have. It didn't get any better than this one. I'm just no good as a wife. I'm just no good for anybody. I'm just no good as a husband. Well, this is what happens when you open yourself up to the wrong people. It's all your fault. Everything is your fault. All the sacrifices, all the good deeds, all the long hours, all the commitment was for what? For nothing. That's what it feel like. So is the Bible not available to give us multiple warnings on how to choose and why it's so important to choose wisely? Is the Bible not available to tell us what to look out for? It's always been there. We just ain't paid attention.
People don't go to the Bible.
We don't look deep enough to see, how do I examine people? What do I examine about people? What am I looking for? We don't go deep enough. Yes, sir.
I said we don't use it as a litmus test.
No, we don't.
That should be our guide.
And that's why we say we want these classes to be understood from man, woman, and child. We want everybody to understand this. Because there's a lot of up and coming young individuals that's looking for a relationship too. But if they don't know what to look out for, they're in trouble. You're gonna walk out with your soul crushed, feeling real bad about yourself, with no confidence, because you think you're no good, because you got a shrewd person. And didn't know you had a shrewd person. But that's for males and females. That's why this information is critical. That's why your obedience to the commandment is critical. He said, that we done with that. They said, open thy heart up to a what?
Not thine heart to every man, lest he requite thee with a shrewd turn.
Now,
that's it for the chapter.
Now, give me Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 7, verse 9.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 9.
Read
Be
that.
not hasty
That's
in
why
thy spirit.
So it says, be not hasty in what?
In thy spirit.
It said, don't be hasty in your spirit, because there's a high probability that this will happen to you sometime in your life. There's a high probability that we've made wrong choices, opened up ourselves to the wrong people, didn't qualify them enough, didn't vet them enough, didn't prove them enough, didn't examine them enough. There's a lot of things that didn't wait enough time to see, or weren't looking for the right virtues in a person. And then the situation ends up bad. Okay, say if that happens, what do you do? What do you do in the event that happened or has happened to you? Read.
Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
It says, are you going to be what do the internet says about black women? Say it again. Say it one more time. He said black men do not date black women because they're what? We like Asians. We like
that. There's a whole algorithm for that. That's why he's saying that. He's saying this because there's a 10,000 video algorithm on that point alone.
How you know?
I don't know. I don't know how I know about that.
I just
But it's out there.
It's out there.
But there's arguments for this. And people are doing these things and saying these things.
I'm gonna go play in the snow.
Yeah. You're playing the snow too?
I'm gonna go play in the snow because you know what? The Latinas are too toxica,
Yeah.
and the black women is too angry.
You're angry. Mad.
So I'm gonna play in the snow, and I think that's okay.
Yeah.
And when I get on, I'm getting me a snow bunny.
Hey, listen. I'm not coming back.
Yeah,
I'm still black. This is black on Thursday.
yeah.
I'm playing black on Thursday.
But why do people? What is the stereotypical
Yeah.
idea that exists out there to people?
Yeah.
Why do they say this? Is it all the way factual that black and brown women are either toxic, crazy, or angry? No. But based on what has happened to them, there is a proportion of those individuals that are scarred. They are scarred. And that scar tissue will cause a person to go look the other way. And to say, man, I can't deal with them. I used to have, as a brother used to say, he tell me, he said, Joshua, listen, man. When you get to the kingdom, you can have all my Judites.
That's what he said. He said, when you get the kingdom, you
That was a joke. That was a joke between me and him, but it was just funny how he was just like, like he was like, Joshua, you can have all my Judites in the kingdom. It's just funny. It's just, but oh man, why would he say that?
You believe that too, right?
Why would he say that though? Because his hope is not in them. That's why. That's why he said that. Because his hope's not there. His hope is that they've all been scarred. They're all no good.
Yeah.
But there's a high probability that you may find somebody that's scarred. But it's so. But this is how you, or you're scarred.
Yeah.
You may be one of the angry ones. That's why you got to know what to do if you've been in situations that didn't work, and you were dealt a shrewd turn. So you got to know how to live life and still keep going if it has happened to you. So read on, read it again.
Right. It says, be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
It said, be not hasty in thy spirit to be what?
To be angry.
Read.
For anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
Does it do me any good to walk through life angry because I was dealt a shrewd turn? Because I trusted the wrong people and they took advantage of me. And they did me dirty. And at the end of the day, it's all my fault. And I was left scarred and hurt and blamed for something that I was only trying to be right in. Or I tried my best. So is it worth living life, going through life, mad at the world, or mad at everybody, or mad at other people because of what has happened to you? Because that is the nature of man. After the wrong exchanges, then I got this grudge, I got this chip on my shoulder. I walk with a chip on my shoulder, like I don't believe in nothing. I don't believe in nobody, and I don't believe in people. All of them. I can never trust again. I can never make myself vulnerable again. I can never put myself back out there. That's not the case. It's just the fact that we just got to be careful in putting ourselves out there. Because being angry in life, the Bible calls that a foolish mindset. Having a chip on your shoulder because things didn't go right, that's foolish. To be insecure because things didn't go right, that's foolish. 1 John chapter 3, verse 13.
First John chapter 3, verse 13. Marvel not.
It says, marvel not. Get that definition of marvel.
Marvel. It says, a wonder that which arrests the attention.
It says a wonder that will arrest the attention. That means that I'm left in a state of wondering. I can't get over what has happened to me. And I'm always wondering what went wrong. What did I do wrong? How bad must I have been as a person? Or was all my effort really in vain? Or did this person ever love me? Did this person ever care about me? I really wonder if they really ever gave a damn. After all the commitment, all the time, and this is how I got dealt with, I wonder if they ever cared in the first place. Or if all the nice things that they ever said were true. He said, to marvel is a wonder that arrests the what?
The attention.
The attention means I can't let things go. I can't let this off my mind. To arrest somebody's attention means they can't stop thinking about something. The pain is on repeat. Or the deceit is on repeat. Or the mischievousness is on repeat. How somebody kept blaming me for the whole situation and the meltdown as if I wasn't true and sincere in my love or effort. All I can keep thinking about is what I lost and how I didn't see it coming. How I got hurt and how I got played. And that's on repeat. That means your thoughts have been arrested. And that I can't get over this situation. But Christ said, don't be surprised and don't have your attention arrested. Read.
It says, and causes a person to stand or gaze.
No, not the definition, the verse.
Okay.
Con, 1 John 3 and 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you.
It says, but Christ said what?
Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you.
So, what is it? What is he saying? What is Christ saying right here?
Move on. Like,
Don't put so much energy.
Don't be surprised.
don't be in a state of disbelief. Don't trip out.
Don't be in a state of what?
Disbelief.
Don't be what? Don't be astonished. Don't be shocked. Don't be in awe.
Right.
I can't believe this happened to me.
Don't put the energy in that hurt.
Because what have we learned so far? You can't control people. You can't control them. You have no control over the other person. And number two, don't be in disbelief if they do something to you and they requited a good turn, a shrewd turn to you. Don't be in shock and in awe. I can't believe this happened to me and I can't get over it. I can't let this one go. Well, you got to let it go. Being angry about it, being angry for the rest of your life is stupid. It's foolish. Being mad about it, living in the past won't do you no good. Accept the fact that people will do you dirty and don't be shocked about it. That's why the class is called True Generosity, Removing Expectations and Salvaging Bonds. You know what you have to do? You have to remove the idea that this person is not going to hurt you. Or that you have some control over that individual. You don't have no control over that person. And you can't be surprised if they cheat on you or deceive you or do some mischievous thing where they come back, do something dirty, and then say it was your fault. You can't be in shock. He said, marvel not if the world does what?
If the world hate you.
Stop right there. Yes, sis.
I just don't see how you can fully invest in a relationship if you have in your mind they like you and you're gonna do this to you. How do you really fully give yourself that if you have that in the back of your head?
Of course. You know how difficult it is to be fresh out of some pain, trying to rebuild something again, and you fresh off the hurt bus, scarred bus, damaged goods bus, and I got all my luggage with me as I get off the bus. I got all this luggage, and I'm trying to get back in the game. I'm trying to give people a chance again. No, you're not going to be good at it. That's why I said the stereotypes be there. Just man, I don't mess with these women. These women are mad. They mad and angry. No, thank you. No, thank you. And they don't listen. They're not submissive. I'm going the Korean route. I'm going to Korea. Yeah,
They cook fried chicken.
I'll go to Japan.
They make fried chicken. Huh?
I'll go to Japan with like a war say with the tiny. They got the little feet.
Korean fried chicken's not bad.
They got the tiny feet out. They got like a size. They got like a size 2 shoe, like a kid's 2, and they got their feet crunched into them little kung fu shoes. And they, yes sir, make you happy. Whatever make you happy. Arrow rice. Arrow rice. You know, because you ain't trying to argue. You don't want to argue. You don't want to argue no more. So you don't want to have no faith in people no more.
You gave up cornbread.
Yeah.
Give it up.
You gave up collard greens.
Gave it up. It's like, man, you know what? We having miso soup every day.
Miso soup. You eating kimchi.
Yeah, you kimchied up. Yeah, your stomach's getting all the probiotics you need.
Yeah. It's fish with everything. Fish head soup. You got the head floating around in the soup. Eyeball looking at you while you eat the soup. Yeah. So I get used to it. Cabbage and rice. I get used to it.
Yeah, what's that green stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that green stuff.
You got wasabi, man. Yeah, wasabi. Yeah, but you know you can do that. You can do that, but that's somebody that gave up. That's somebody that already gave up. But Christ said, this is what Christ is saying. If you understand what he's saying, he'll show you a key on how not to quit on your people. If you understand what he's saying, he's giving you the remedy on not giving up on people. The way that you not give up on people, where you can sustain some hope in people, is that you don't be surprised if they do what?
If the world hates you.
So that way you don't be so shocked. Don't be so shocked that people are going to do you dirty. People that don't expect it are hurt the worst.
Yeah.
I just can't believe. I just can't believe you all this. You gonna throw away all this? Yes, they threw away all that. Because you know some people pride themselves in. You gonna throw away all this? Yeah, all that got thrown in the trash. All that got left. For some seaweed soup.
Kimchi out.
Yeah, some kimchi. Yeah, you don't leave all this? Yeah, okay. It wasn't enough to hold them. But same thing. Men do the same thing. But Christ has given us some jewels on how to sustain the right mentality where you don't quit on people. You can't control them, like Paul said, and you can't be surprised when they do you dirty. That's why you got to remove the expectation from people. Stop putting all these expectations on people like they're supposed to be this loyal, righteous group of people because they're in a relationship with you. Just because they're in a relationship with you, they got to be perfect. They're not going to be perfect. But the best thing you can do is choose as accurately, as careful as possible, and check all the boxes you can to make sure they got the right virtues. They got the right disposition. They're not going to be perfect. Don't be surprised when they hate you. What else?
Says, you want 14?
Mm-hmm.
We know that we have passed from death.
Stop. What? You had your hand up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just reminded me of like when I first knew Rib, I told her, don't be surprised if I disappoint you.
What are you telling her?
I'm telling her, expect some disappointment. I'm not going to be this perfect guy, but you're going to have to love the Most High more than you love me. But he's going to keep us together.
Because you know what? What you think the physical, people think the physical will keep you together. The physical fades. You think money will keep you together. The money ain't worth it. The money's not enough to create contentness, to make somebody content and happy. You think the house, the home, you think all these things, the sex or whatever you think gonna keep somebody, don't keep somebody. They don't. But we put the idea out as if this person bet not treat me a certain way when I am the one who's responsible for choosing that kind of person in the first place. Then I'm shocked that they would deal with me a certain way. But Christ said what? He said what?
Marvel.
Marvel not.
Con. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you.
Go ahead.
We know that we have passed from death unto life.
Now, what he's showing you is this: if you can understand the faulty nature of people, and you could still not be shocked in disbelief and hurt traumatically by what people do and say, and you can still come back and be kind and generous to a people that probably don't deserve it. He says, this is how you know you've crossed a major stumbling block. You've overcome a major stumbling block, and you've done something so phenomenal. He says that this is how you know you've been transferred into the spirit of a new creature. How do you know you have become a new creature in Christ? Read.
Because we love the brethren.
He said, because you what?
We love the brethren.
He said, read that verse 14 again.
We know that we have passed from death unto life.
He says, this is how you know that you've grown. If you can't do this, you have not grown in the spirit. And you are not a new creature in Christ. And you have not overcome a major stumbling block that unfortunately falters many men and many women after being in relationship with people. He says, because they don't let the crookedness, they don't let the deceitfulness, the treacherousness, the slyness, the manipulativeness, or that word we use, that shrewdness of other people change us to where now we're hateful and we're angry in life. Yes.
I think holding on to knowing that despite what you go through, as long as you walk in and do what you need to do, most going to fight for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be a virtue grown for you and for the other person.
But do what you need to do has some detail to it. Mm-hmm. Do what you need to do is what Christ is saying here. This is doing what you need to do. He said what? I like what you're saying, sis. But this is what he's saying that you have to do. Verse 14.
We know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren.
Because I still know how to do what? Even though somebody has done me dirty.
Love the brethren.
I know how to not have an expectation that you better not treat me a certain way. Otherwise, I'm going to remove my kindness.
Right.
You know what he's showing you as spiritual proof that you're a new person is that no matter what somebody does to you, you can still be kind to them. You can still be generous. You can still be loving. You know why I can still be loving to somebody that obviously has done me wrong? Because I didn't expect perfection anyway. I didn't expect perfection from this person. I didn't expect that. But if I expect perfection from people, I'm gonna be hurt and I'm gonna walk away angry and disappointed. But you know how Christ look at people? He said, if they hate you, then what?
If marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you, that we know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren.
He said, because we what?
We love the brethren.
How do you know you love the brother? Read.
He that loveth not.
Hold on 1 second. Give me Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 and 32 before we read on. Give me Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 and 32.
God, you said Ephesians what again?
Chapter 4, verse 31 and 32. How do you know that you've passed from death into life? How do you know you're a new man or new woman in Christ? How do you know this? Read.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 31 reads, let all bitterness.
Because you know how to do what?
Let all bitterness.
Because you no longer what?
Bitterness.
How do you know you've passed from death into life?
Let all bitterness.
What else?
And wrath.
You're no longer bitter. You're no longer full of what?
Wrath.
You're no longer full of wrath. What else?
And anger.
You're no longer what?
Angry.
You're no longer angry. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not bitter anymore. I'm not angry anymore. And even no matter what this person does, I'ma still treat them with kindness. I don't go eye for an eye. I don't go tooth for a tooth. I don't go back and forth, toe to toe. I don't do evil for evil. He says, I let all what?
Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor.
And clamor, which is talking back and forth. Clamorous is to talk back and forth, to use many words. I'm mouthy. I'm full of words. Read. I always got something to say.
And evil speaking.
It said if you got a whole bunch of words to say, you got a lot that you got to say, and you evil speaking, what else?
Be put away from you.
It said be what?
Put away from you.
It says you're supposed to put it away from you. This is how you know you've gone from death unto life. You've put all this away. So no matter how somebody treats you, you can still be kind and generous. Read.
With all malice.
It said with all what?
Malice.
Malice is evil intent. Read.
And be ye kind.
It says and be ye what?
Kind.
So what can I give instead of anger?
Kindness.
What can I give instead of wrath?
Kindness.
What can I give instead of malice?
Kindness.
What can I give instead of evil speaking?
Kindness.
What can I give instead of a mouthful of words?
Kindness.
I can still come back and be kind. Wow. Christ has given us the secrets. He's given us the jewels on sustaining any relationship. Sustaining any circumstance. I can still come back and be what?
Kindness.
What else?
One to another.
I can still treat somebody the right way. Read.
Tender-hearted.
And I haven't, my heart has not turned what?
Tender.
It's still tender. My heart's not cold. It's not like a rock. It didn't turn into a stone. Too many times, relationships and friendships go bad, and now the person is left cold-hearted. They have no tenderness in their heart because of one too many situationships.
Yeah. Entanglements.
One too many entanglements turned my heart cold.
Yeah.
That means you're still in the flesh. You're not in the spirit. You're not a new man in Christ. You're not a new woman in Christ. You haven't passed from death unto life because your heart ain't tender no more. You let what happened to you turn you sour. You don't want to give anymore. You can't be nice to people no more. You don't trust nobody. There's no more affection in your body. You don't have any affection in you. Read.
Tender-hearted. Forgiving.
He said, what else?
Forgiving.
I don't forgive nobody no more. I can't let what you did to me go. Why can't I let what you did to me go? Why is my mind, my attention arrested with that pain that you caused me? Why can't I let it go?
It's because we don't think we deserved it.
Exactly. Because I'm the victim.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the truth of it is, yes, sir.
I would say we're holding our partners to a crazy standard that they were never going to meet.
They was never going to meet it anyway. It was a high expectation. It was an unfair expectation. It was an unfair expectation. A lot of times our expectation is built upon our pride. I'm too good to be treated that way.
Yep.
How dare you treat me this way? Christ said, listen, don't you know they did to me? What they did to me? If they did it to me, don't you think they're going to do it to you? Why are you so shocked? You're not even on my level.
Yeah. That's real.
Why are you so angry? If anybody should be angry, it's me. Christ wasn't angry. He said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. He said, but you can be what?
Tender-hearted.
You can be tender-hearted. You can be what else?
Forgiving.
You can be forgiving. People let people turn their hearts into rocks. People let people turn their heart into stones. For one, I chose wrong. And for two, even if I didn't choose wrong, I didn't know how to suffer. Because I didn't know how to let go of my expectation. And I didn't know how to put on the Spirit of Christ. Read.
One another.
Go. As what else?
Even as the Most High for Christ's
It says,
sake.
even as the Most High. Who knows how to do this?
The Most High.
So who knows how to do this?
The Most High.
Who knows how to love somebody regardless of what they do?
The Most High.
Who knows how to be tender and kind no matter what they do?
The Most High.
Who knows how to not withdraw themselves and be hateful no matter what they do?
The Most High.
Who knows how to do this?
The Most High.
And who else?
And Yahushua.
Go ahead.
The Most High for Yahushua's sake have forgiven you.
Because both the Most High and Christ know how to do this. The people that don't know how to do this is us. That's how you know we ain't put on Christ. That's how you know we're not new creatures in Christ. Because I still hate the person that hurts me. Because I still can't forgive the person that hurt me. Because I still can't let it go for what you did to me. I can't turn around and be kind to you. You ain't put on Christ then. You don't have a God-like temperament because you still despise the person that caused you pain and suffering. Because you can't treat this person with kindness and with mercy and tenderness. There's no affection in you no more. Well, you know what? You're not operating in the spirit of the Most High in Christ. So you're still dead in this life. You're still dead when you don't know how to do this. Now go back to where we was at in 1 John chapter 3 verse 14. It's going to make more sense.
1 John 3 and 14. We know that we have passed from death unto life.
He says, you know when you have passed unto death unto life, when you know how to what?
Be kind to another, tender-hearted, and forgiving.
When you know how to do these things. Now you've translated out of the flesh into the spirit. Yes, sir.
Right, because so the flesh is there doesn't have to be distance in a disagreement.
No.
You offended me, and the natural part of us wants to back away.
Yep.
I don't want to talk to you until we can reconcile this. Until we can reconcile.
What do you want from me?
Right.
What is it now? What do you need from me?
Right.
Oh, now you want something to me?
Well,
Now you want to talk to me now that you need something? I bet you need something now, huh?
Yeah. Right. Should be affection.
Yeah, it should be excitement.
Like, come here, let me help
you. Yeah. I shouldn't lose my affection because we're not on the same page. If I do, I'm still in the flesh. Oh, you made me so mad, I don't even want to be kind to you. I don't even want to look at you. Get far away from me as possible. That's somebody that does what? That's still in the flesh. They're not in the spirit. But if I know how to be in the spirit, I know how to love people no matter how ill they are to me, how full of crap they are to me, how hateful they are to me, how much they despise me and show me ill, because now I'm putting on the spirit of the Most High in Christ. Read that again in 14.
Come. We know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren.
He said, because what?
Because we love the brethren.
Go ahead.
He that loveth not his brother abideth in death.
Did he say that your brother was going to be perfect?
La.
Did he say your husband was going to be perfect?
La.
Did he say your wife was going to be perfect?
La.
Did he say your companions are going to be perfect?
La.
Did he say your friends are going to be perfect?
La.
But you still got to turn around and know how to do what? You got to love them. He didn't say you got to be perfect. He just says you got to know how to love them. Regardless of how ill they are. Because that's an attribute and an ability that the Most High understands. And that's an attribute and ability that Christ understands. Those two individuals understands how to do that. We're the people that don't know how to do that. We're the people that let people piss us off, turn our hearts cold and sour and bitter like little bitty stone rocks. With no affection, no tenderness, no kindness, no mercy, no forgiveness, no nothing. Full of anger, full of malice, full of wrath, and full of hate. But you expect to be in the spirit? You're in the wrong spirit.
Yeah.
You're in a carnal spirit. You're in an earthly spirit. You know, Christ just gave us the keys on how to deal with people and be unfazed. I'm not fazed about what people do to me. I'm not tripping in the head because somebody wasn't perfect to me. I'm not tripping in the head. You know what I know how to do? I still know how to turn around and be kind to them. I can still turn around and be generous to them. But that's something that is not natural for us. That's an unnatural ability.
God.
We don't know how to do this. Yes, sir.
You want 11?
Yeah, you can read 11.
Verse 11. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning,
Go ahead.
that we should love one another.
But he didn't say it was going to be easy.
No.
He didn't say it was going to be easy. He just said you have to do it. What we don't know is how to do it. So we do eye for an eye. We do tooth for a tooth. We do life for a life. We do hate for hate. We do evil for evil. Yes, sir.
Basically, what I'm getting from it is you don't have to necessarily agree with this person, but you do owe that
Benevolence.
hospitality,
Kindness.
you owe the kindness to them,
Peace.
peace,
Mercy.
and mercy, and not treat them wrong.
What, let me understand.
No,
Yeah, let me understand what he's saying first.
I might not agree with this person. We might not be on the same page, but I still owe this person the benefit of the doubt, and me sit back here and
With all their
get out of
flaws,
myself.
I still know how to treat them.
Right.
Husbands and wives don't know how to do that to each other.
Come.
There's no grudges.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to look at you every day, knowing you offended me yesterday, and I have a grudge and be positive the next day.
I don't want to be positive.
Yeah.
Because you hurt my feelings.
Exactly.
Because you said what you said and it bothered me.
Or you're disappointed.
Or you disappointed me. You let me down. Or you left me hanging in the time of need. Or I expected you to be there with me as I go through what I was going through and you wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I had to go through what I was going through by myself. Or I had to figure it out on my own. So now I don't know how to be kind anymore.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know how to be kind anyway. I knew how to be kind enough to establish the relationship, but not to maintain one.
Yeah. It's a major point.
I know how to establish it. I don't have the ingredients necessary to maintain it.
So what you're saying is, you have to maintain your benevolence, or use the word earlier. It was
Disposition.
No, it was benevolence.
It was benevolence, right? Okay.
Yep.
It was benevolence, even if the partner is not mature enough to give you back the same benevolence.
Even if you're not getting the same benevolence at all. But I'm married.
Because the benevolence is for Christ, not for the person, not for the spouse.
The benevolence the benevolence that I give them is what Christ gave to us.
Okay. So it's evidence of you exercising.
Yes, it's evidence. It's evidence of me exercising
your belief.
The fact that I believe that what I received from the Most High in Christ was valuable. So I in turn give it to somebody else.
It's just evidence of who you are.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's also evidence that you're no longer in the flesh.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
That's so unnatural to do every day. You almost gotta say the words out loud.
You have to retrain yourself.
Right. You almost gotta say, I can choose affection right now.
Yes.
You gotta say it. And
Yeah.
put it out there out loud. I'm feeling anger. I'm angry. I'm disappointed. I can choose affection. You almost got. It's just not common, or we're not accustomed.
It's not common.
We're accustomed to being offended.
You know.
I want you to feel
the hurt,
my wrath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because since you don't see deep down inside that you're hurting me, so I got to do something to show you that you're hurting me by doing something to you. Because obviously you don't see it. So I got to put it in your face so you can recognize what evil looks like, what hate looks like, or what even just what disappointment looks like. I'm gonna let you down like you let me down, or I'm gonna take advantage of you like you take advantage of me. Yes, sir.
I was going to say that another aspect that I'm getting from this is very valuable. So many different ways this information is coming out. It's easy to love somebody when you're getting along and you're enjoying each other's company, everything is all good.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's easy though.
Yeah.
It's too easy. The challenge is can you love them through that
Filth.
that nastiness, that maliciousness and negativity? Can you continue to do it then?
Right.
Or can you only do it when everything is all good?
Right.
That's easy. The challenge, yeah, like I said, that's exercising our ability to love better. We have to go through that ugliness and still learn how to love through that.
Right. And that's in what Christ explained, what you just said. And I know we got multiple hands up. You got a verse you want to pull?
Yeah, I did.
Go ahead.
Are you gonna go back to this 1 Corinthians 7:16?
You can.
Yeah, I wanted to pull something on that point. Give me 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 16 real quick. And someone else give me 1 Samuel 1 and verse 24. Oh, it's 1 Samuel 24. So I wanted to pull a point.
You want 1 Corinthians 7?
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 16. It just hit me right now. Because the work we're doing now, when we're talking about just friends, brothers and sisters, or spouses, is recorrecting the generational curses.
Yeah.
Read that verse. Read that real quick.
1 Corinthians 7 and 16. For what knowest thou, O wife?
Because there's a pride. The arrogance comes in where I expect you to already be ready-made. The idea of marriage is when we decided to consummate this marriage, we did our vows, you're now ready-made. I expect the finished product. So I should be able to enjoy the fruits of the finished product. But what he's saying is, when you don't see the finished product, when you see the errors, there's an arrogance. I can't do anything with this. I can't work with this person. There's too many deficiencies. What Paul's saying is, read on.
For what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife?
He said, because this benevolence that we've been talking about, you don't know the effect at the end of the torment, at the end of all the frustrations, at the end of all the physical, verbal abuse you might be taking from this person. You don't know if you stayed faithful, steady, consistent, that spiritual force, how that person might change. How you might actually save that person's soul. Because at the end of the day, we have this idea that their growth, this person's change and growth is on our timetable. But they're not. So hold that thought. Let that verse go. Give me 1 Samuel 24. Because I wanted to pull this point real quick. Because David had the same expectation. How about David was under a king, and you would expect this king to treat you a certain way. Expect this man to operate in a certain elegance, a respectful dignity of a king, of a leader. Give me 1 Samuel 24. And I want to get straight to the point. Read verse 5 and then jump to verse 12.
1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 5.
What's happening at this time is the David's soldiers ended up finding Saul. And they had an opportunity. David had an opportunity to take Saul out. Saul was resting. He was in the cave. He was unsuspecting. He was pretty much caught off guard. Because after David has been on the run for months, maybe even years at this point. Because Saul, feeling insecure, feeling disconnected from the spirit, was trying to take him out, trying to kill David. So at this point, David was informed by his soldiers, hey, Saul's here, you can take him out. Read that real quick.
1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 5. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart.
Read verse 4 real quick.
Verse 4. And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Most High said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thine enemy into thine hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee. Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily.
You know what David did? David sowed a seed, or he let it be known I could have did something to you. I could have got you if I wanted to. And it would have been deserved. But how about even that aspect? Hurt his spirit. He felt something from that. Read that. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him.
You know what cutting the skirt was like? That's telling your spouse, you know what, I can leave you anytime I want. Yeah? I can find someone better. Setting the seed of doubt.
Well, you're not
I don't
gonna-
need you in my life.
You could be replaced.
You can be replaced like this.
Yep.
You know who I left to get you in the first place? You know who would have wanted me? Who would want the caliber person I am? You don't appreciate me. Someone will appreciate me. That's a seed of doubt. That's the same thing as cutting Saul's skirt. I could have got you. I could have replaced you. You could have been exited from my life forever if I wanted to. But even that pained David to do. Even asking of even insinuating I could have took you out from your leadership if I wanted to. But the power's in my hands to replace you. The power's in my hands to exit this negative from my life if I wanted to. Even though God put this person over me, I can remove you if I wish. How about I can play God? Even that pained his conscience. Read that.
And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
Just that one small action. He didn't fully go through with it. He didn't fulfill the thought he had in his mind to do. It was just a threat of removing the spirit from
Or I
you.
could hurt you if I wanted to.
If I wanted to, I could get you. If I wanted to, I can destroy you. I can destroy all the secrets. I can destroy all the pride. I can destroy anything that made you confident. If I wanted to, as revenge. But he didn't do it. Now let's jump to verse 12.
Verse 12. The Most High judge between me and thee.
You should know what David realized? This situation is not going to be resolved with my hands. I won't allow my hands to resolve this situation because it won't be justified. If it's meant for me to be under you and to serve you, then so be it. If I got to go through this tribulation to get out of this, circumstance, if I got to go into this circumstance and be in here as long as possible until the Most High removes it, then so be it.
Hey, you know that quality Acts 13 and 22, that quality that you're talking about that David had. Give me that verse 22.
Acts chapter 13, verse 22.
Read that.
And when he had removed him,
Talking about Saul. Read.
he raised up unto them David
Read on.
to be their king,
Read on.
to whom also he gave testimony,
He said he gave testimony that what?
and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart.
Because who has the ability to take us out but chooses not to?
Most
The
High.
Most High does. Who has the ability to hurt us whenever he wants but chooses not to? So whose mind did David mirror by feeling guilty for even coming close to taking this man
The
out?
insinuation.
They even insinuate the idea that he was justified by cutting his robe and not hurt him even though he had the chance. Whose heart did he mirror? The Most High's heart. Read on.
Which shall fulfill all my will.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, do you exact your revenge and fulfill your will on people and exact your anger and display and promote your anger?
Do you feel bad when you cut with words?
Right. Because that's your will.
Yeah, that is your will. You were allowed to do that by the Most High, but you get judged for it. What David was saying is the idea of threatening him pained his conscience. I don't think we think about that a lot.
We don't?
The words we say.
Thought one had his hand up.
Yes, sir.
It seemed like he wanted to, the Most High gave him the opportunity, and he didn't. He showed him up.
Yeah. But that was still a test.
That was the test.
That was the test.
Yep.
The environment was the test. What type of man are you?
We get tested by our own.
The relationship you're in is the test. What type of Calvin man are you? What type of Calvin woman are you?
Yeah.
Like I went here because, like Ahmad said, it's easy to serve when the person's over you is responsible, is always considerate, is always kind, loving,
Saying the right words.
says the right words at the right time, exercises the utmost patience, constantly changing for the betterment of the house, constantly for the betterment of the brothers. That is easy to serve, but that might not be what your spirit needs. How about the Most High has a particular plan for your spirit, and your spirit is someone that's going to work your patience out a little more. That's going to work your discipline a little more. That's going to exercise your long suffering a little more. How about that's what David's spirit needed? You don't think David would have been locked in and been the most utmost best servant, second in command, if he had an awesome head? But the Most High will have something greater for him. So you're going to have to go through this level of sacrifice and servitude and keep your conscience pure. Or you're not made for the next step.
You don't have the mind of the Most High. After the Most High's heart.
To be titled, the man was the mind of the Most High's heart.
The Most High won't give you that testimony.
Brother.
And you won't go down in history as having that mentality that when you could have had revenge, you chose not to. When you could have got it. Yes, sir.
Right. It was on Miles' point too. What he said. There's another aspect to relationships. We don't understand that our relationships are also an opportunity to exercise the value of forgiveness and to redevelop our value system.
Okay.
That's another aspect of relationship that we don't take into account. I'm actually with this person to reevaluate how I show affection, how I show compassion. It's an exercise.
Yeah.
How can I demonstrate to the Most High that I can put on a new value?
I have this ability in me.
Right.
Yes, sir.
On that point, you right on the point. Give me that 1 Samuel 24 and 12 and 13 real quick. What we're doing is that exercise you're talking about is a measure of wickedness you've cleaned out of your spirit.
Yeah.
Right. Read that real quick.
1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 12. The Most High judge between me and thee, and the Most High avenge me of thee. But mine hand shall not be upon thee.
He said, I'm not going to put my hands and remove this person from you. Remove this circumstance from you. If this is my test, this is my test. This is my battle. But what did he realize? Read.
Verse 13. As saith the proverb of the ancients, wickedness proceedeth from the wicked.
So is wickedness justified when wicked is being done to you?
No.
That's not
what David said. So is it justified to be roll beastly when I got beastly men or beastly people rolling on me?
I think it's a fair reward.
Yeah.
Well, you could think that.
That ain't what God thinks.
That ain't what the Most High thinks. I think I'm just in my wrath.
Exactly. or the subtle one. I think I'm just in my distancing.
Yeah.
How about
or ill treatment?
Ill treatment.
Or silence.
You know what's crazy? Or lack of humility. Before this, you read up a couple. I'm not going to go there, but David came out the cave. He let Saul wake up. He exposed himself to Saul, and he put his face in the dirt, asking for forgiveness, and held out the garment in his hand. He said, "This is what I could have did to you. I'm sorry about it."
I feel more bad of what I could have did than what you do to me.
Exactly. But you're getting javelins thrown at you.
Yeah.
You're getting your wife taken from you. Both wives taken from you, actually. Javelins thrown on you. You're still on suicide missions.
You've been on the run for about 6 years.
Yeah. Your name's been thrown in the mud because this person has told the kingdom this guy is a traitor. That's when you read about it in that story with Abigail and her husband.
Nabal.
Nabal. That means his name had already been spread throughout Israel. This guy's a traitor. He's an op, so to speak. Well, all you've been is loyal and a servant. Your name's been run through the mud. You got suicide. You got killers coming from you. You lost your chance at your military position.
You got people cursing at you.
Cursing at you, spitting on you, calling you out your name.
Kicking dirt on you, throwing rocks at you.
And all you've been was loyal. And you sitting here, you had the opportunity to murk this man, and you can't put your face in the dirt. The idea sickened him. The idea of retaliating back what you didn't mean sickened him. Read that in verse 15. In verse 16, let's get to the point. 16 and 17.
Verse 16. And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept.
What happened to Saul after this?
He felt attrition.
Which means what?
He temporarily saw himself.
There's clarity.
Yep.
I now have clarity. That what I've done to you has been unjust. Which goes back to that 1 Corinthians 7.
But would he have ever seen it if he would have got his revenge?
No. He would have never seen the lesson. You know what it goes back to? When you read Ezekiel, I don't know if it was 3 or 9, and it talks about how the people of Israel, you're going to go to Israel and they're not going to listen to you. They speak the same language as you, and they're extremely hard-headed. But your job is to be the testament. So when Christ comes back, he says, you had a messenger sent. When Christ comes back, there's not a shadow of doubt that you had an example in front of you of righteousness. How about you can be that example for your husband? When your husband can't see it, if you stay faithful, that man has no other choice but to admit, you know what? I saw an example of what it's supposed to look like.
You get to show this person. It's almost like you said when you cast coals of hot fire on their head.
Yep.
I got this guilt now running through my body, knowing that I treated this person in an undeserving manner. They didn't deserve this. But how is a person going to see their evil unless you give kindness? You know. Same thing with the Pharisees. Once they crucified Christ, and the temple rent and the sky turned dark, then the Romans said, man, this must have been the Son of Man, the Son of God. And then those same Pharisees started beating on their chest. Why did they start pounding their chest? Why did Judas say, man, I've sold out innocent blood. I betrayed innocent blood. Why did Judas go hang himself?
Yep.
Because it wasn't until he realized how he's been treated and what he's been given and how he abused that good service and that kindness and that affection, does somebody actually feel guilty? You could cuss him out. That ain't going to make him feel guilty.
Nope.
You could cuss him out. You can have a bunch of words. You can show him. You could say, well, I got 5 things that I've done for you that you haven't done for me. And I got 5 things that you're guilty of that I got a list. I can make a list right now of all the things that's wrong with you. You could tell people that. That don't mean they're going to feel guilty about it. Or you could say how much that you actually hurt me. You could explain that to somebody with clarity about how much pain you put me through, and they still will not feel bad.
Nope.
But if you want the most effective way to make somebody rethink themselves and to get some guilt about them, is what you're explaining right here in 1 Samuel chapter 24.
It's very difficult to maintain that arrogant, prideful, hateful nature when all you're getting is positivity back.
Yep.
Because there's nothing fueling it anymore.
What? Now you
okay.
I didn't know. No, it's cool. But no, you already there. So yes, sir.
And through that kindness, the Most High, you're waiting for the Most High to reveal to that person how valuable you are.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the Most High to reveal to them how good your works were. That's what you're waiting
How
for.
about this lesson on both sides of the fence?
That's why the smoke in their chest, because the Most High revealed to them, oh man, this was his good works were.
Now I got to get this because you opened that door.
I'm sorry.
So that's all. Cause it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. What you point you brought is so good. I got to go here now. 2 Corinthians 6:13. Because what you're explaining is a easy to follow step system on how to make somebody really feel bad, regardless of how much you yell, cuss, fuss, spit, fight, scratch, bite, revenge. You could do all that and the person ain't gonna feel bad for what they're doing.
No.
They're not gonna feel guilty. What you just explained is how you make somebody consider the dirt and the harm that they're giving you in the best possible godly fashion that you can.
Found them.
Because reminding a person that, I've been here 10 years with you, is that going to make them feel bad for what they've done?
They might remember 10 years of this grief and vexation.
Yeah, that don't make them say, well, you're right, you did put in 10. I feel bad because you put in 10. They don't give a damn about that. They don't care about that.
Gave my best years.
I gave you my best. They don't care about that. Read.
Who got that?
2 Corinthians 6:3.
2 Corinthians 6:3. Giving no offense.
It says giving no what?
Offense.
In what?
In anything.
So what do you have to do? You have to take away the ammunition. And this is what Elisha just explained, how to take away the ammunition. Now go back to your point.
Come on. You have verse 16 to 17. Giving no offense in anything. My goodness.
1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 16. 16?
16 to 17, yes, sir.
And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, Thou art more righteous than I.
You know what that means? My pride's gone. My arrogance gone. I accept whatever position the Most High is putting for you, Whatever good things come in your life, you deserve it. So how I treated you was unjustified.
You know what he made him do? He made him see himself as the offender.
Exactly.
Because people don't believe that they're the offender.
Hardly ever.
They believe that they're the offendee.
Yeah.
They're the ones that were offended.
Exactly.
They don't believe that they're the offender. You just explained the best way to show somebody that they're the offender. Without you having to disclose all your righteous deeds and all your good works you've done for so many years. Yes, sis.
What I was going to say earlier is, even what you said earlier as I'm watching my spouse bringing groceries when I'm angry, I don't want to help. It could be something super simple as someone walking by, you need help. And you're like, not some random stranger.
Oh, yeah.
Asking my spouse if they need help, and I'm watching, and now I see me as the offender. I could have done better. How dare I sit there?
Or let another woman say, "Do you need some help?" No. Back up. I got it. I got this. My husband, my groceries.
Yeah. We good?
I know how to carry groceries. You ain't want to carry no groceries before. All of a sudden, you know how to carry groceries. I'm the expert at carrying groceries.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. I have a record. I've carried 30 groceries in the house. I've emptied my whole trunk in one swoop. Now you're the expert, right? Let somebody else come in and do it. But now, go ahead. What's your point?
Tom, finish that 17.
For thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil.
So when you're reading that 1 Corinthians 7, what Paul is saying, don't you think you can change the heart of your husband? Don't you think you can save their soul? Save that woman's soul? They're a non-believer? The answer is yes. The answer is possible. But it's based off of your level of faith. Your level of acceptance. You know what? Regardless of how this person is making me feel,
they're not going to see it on your timeline.
No.
Because a lot of times we tell people, like, wait till I'm gone, then you appreciate me.
Yeah.
Or then you appreciate. We want them to feel it on our timeline.
Exactly.
What if they never feel it?
But this is based on someone in Christ that you're marrying, not some carnal person.
Shit, people feel like that in Christ too.
I'm just going to what Paul was saying. He says if you're married and the person how about a non-believer is someone who can't have a benevolence with their husband?
I mean, a lot. Sometimes they're saying a lot of times people in the truth when they're non-believer, man, they're losing their godly zeal in the work because men are being in the work, and then you look up 2 years later, they don't know if the guy's real no more. Like, look, you got a Hebrew name, huh? I don't know if God's real or not. You know Hebrew. You got the breakdown. What are you talking? You don't know if God's real or not.
That goes back
Because doing righteousness and all this kindness to people that have no biblical law to them, a lot of times people get taken advantage of on a level too.
And this is what David's saying because Saul is that negative, non-godly man right now.
Out the spirit personality.
Out the spirit. How about Saul? He lost the spirit on him. This is why he's going ballistic. He's going ballistic. He's throwing javelins. Yeah. He's sitting on death mission. You can't get more ungodly than this guy right now. He's taking your wives away. He's lying. He's setting you up, throwing your name in the dirt.
And he knew better because he was trained by the
prophets. He was with the prophets.
Yeah.
So this guy is
Saul numbered with the prophets? You were trained, you were developed, and you were shown the right way. But some kind of way he lost his walk with God.
But he's saying the spirit of Christ is, I can look this negative person in the face every day and still give you spirit of Christ. I can still give you that light of Christ every single day, regardless of how you affect it.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 14 on this point that you're bringing out. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 14. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 14 reads, "The wrath of a king is a messenger of death."
It says, so Saul was out for what?
Death.
He was out for death. Saul was out for death when it came to David. Because he was in his wrath.
Yeah.
But what did David do? Read.
But a wise man.
But David was what?
Wise man.
You could be a wise man, or you could be a wise woman, and you know how to do what?
Will pacify.
Will do what?
Pacify.
What will a wise man do when somebody is in their wrath?
Pacify.
What will a wise woman do when a husband is in his wrath?
Pacify.
Or a wife is in her wrath?
Pacify.
But only through wisdom will it show us how to pacify wrath. What David did was take all the wrath away out of Saul and show him that he was the guilty party.
I wanted to prove that point real quick if I could. I'll read it myself. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and verse 22. And it's Saul listing the qualities of wisdom and what that means, what it means to be a wise man. He says, for wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtile, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt.
Not subject to hurt. That's the most important part right there. If I'm a pacify somebody's wrath, then that means I cannot be in a hurtful spirit equally with this person.
It's got more. It says it's not subject to hurt. It's loving the thing that is good. You know what that means? You're looking for the good in person. When you read in 2 Corinthians 19 and 6, it tells about how Christ, or the Lord, is looking through all the earth to find the good, to find the faithful. So the Most High is scanning all the wicked men and women of the earth. It's like men and women, and only looking at their good. Yep. Do we look at our spouse every single day and can only highlight the good in them?
No.
No.
Because we're too focused, arrested in our attention on what they do wrong. What you got, Bob Waller? You got a question?
No, I was just gonna say that on that verse that he pulled, if we can't operate in that benevolent spirit, then wisdom cannot
enter into
it.
You're not a wisdom if you're doing it.
We're filled with hurt and pain and regret, grief,
grudging,
for the spirit to not enter into it, to sit back here and be able to operate.
Great point. Psalms 103 and 8. We got it. It's already 10:20. We got about 10 more minutes. Psalms 103 and 8.
Psalms 103 verse 8. The Most High is merciful.
It says the Most High is what?
Merciful.
So guess what we're supposed to be? Go to Luke 6 and 36. Somebody else get Luke 6 and 36. Somebody else get Ephesians 4 and 26.
Luke 6 and 36. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful.
Go ahead.
Judge not.
No, that's it. Let's go back to Psalms 103 and 8.
Psalms 103 and 8. The Most High is merciful.
So we're supposed to be merciful like the Most High. Read on.
And gracious.
And He's gracious. Read on.
Slow to anger.
The Most High is what?
Slow to anger.
So not only are we supposed to be merciful, but we're also supposed to be like the Most High in other attributes too.
Yeah.
It's not just we're supposed to be merciful like He's merciful. We're supposed to be merciful and also what?
Slow to anger.
What else?
And plenteous in mercy.
And extremely giving.
Yes.
In what?
Mercy.
And that's what generous means.
Yeah.
The word generous actually means to give in an overflowing amount. That means I got more mercy for this person that overflows their mistakes. I got more mercy than their stupidity. I got more mercy on deck than their pain that they can distribute to me, than their offenses. I have an overflowing abundance of mercy that can sustain whatever this person does to me. These are attributes of the Most High that we're supposed to be like too. It's not just supposed to be merciful like He's merciful. You're supposed to be merciful, and also what else?
And plenteous in mercy.
Go ahead.
Verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
He will not always chide.
It says the Most High will not always what?
Chide.
Get the definition of chide. And when you get the definition, just to be quick, get the second definition. Get the second definition of chide. It says the Most High will not always chide. What does that mean?
Second definition. To blame.
It says the Most High will not always what?
Blame.
But what do?
Blame.
Blame.
We always blame him. We never let it go.
Nope.
Yeah.
We can never let pain go. We can never let suffering go. We can never let what people do to us go. We're always blaming. We're always responding shrewdly.
Yeah.
Which is that mischievous ability to flip the narrative on somebody else and show whose fault it is.
Yeah.
But the Most High don't always do that. He said the Most High won't always chide. The Most High will say, you know what? Eventually, the Most High said, you know what? You're full of flaws, but you know what? I'm not going to keep holding them against you. I know you're full of flaws. Number 2.
To blame. To reproach. To chide folly or negligence.
To show you how stupid you are or to show you how negligent you are. The Most High is not always going to point your mistakes out to you. What else?
Number 1. To scold. To clamor. To find fault.
To find what?
To find fault.
What won't the Most High keep doing?
Find fault.
If anybody could find fault with you, who is it?
The Most High.
But what won't he do?
Find fault.
He won't keep looking for your mistakes. Eventually, he'll remove his expectations that you're going to have flaws. Obviously, you come with flaws. You come with mistakes. I'm not going to keep pointing them out and throwing them in your face every time you make a mistake. Because that's what we do to people. Read verse 9. Let that go. Read verse 9. Psalms 103 verse 9.
Verse 9. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever.
Neither will the Most High do what?
Neither will he keep his anger forever.
Who's the one that can't let stuff go?
Man.
Man don't let stuff go.
Yeah.
I just can't let what you did to me go. And therefore, I'm going to always hold it over your head that it's always your fault, that I feel the way I feel, and I'm suffering the pain that I'm suffering. It's always going to be your fault. It's you. Even the Most High, who has every right to show us how silly we are and foolish we are and mistake-ridden we are, even he eventually lets it go.
We even use that language in relationships. We always say, you always.
Yeah.
Always.
Or we say, God forgives. I don't. Read on.
Verse 10. He have not dealt with us after our sins.
It says the Most High don't even measure you up and deal with you based upon how guilty you are.
Yeah.
The Most High judges us on a curve. Okay, I know you're going to make these mistakes, so I'm not going to punish you like you actually deserve. Which is mercy.
But it's generosity too.
But it's also knowing the fact that you're not perfect.
Yeah.
But yet we hold this expectation over people's head that you better treat me this way. You better talk to me this way. You better be perfect in order for me to follow you and be obedient to you. It's not the case. It's not the case. It's not the case, and it's not the truth. Ephesians, I had it earlier. Ephesians 4:26.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 26 reads, Be ye angry, and sin not.
Read on.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
A man supposed to have a time limit and expiration for anger. You know what your expiration for anger is? Sundown. That's your expiration date for anger. The Most High can hold his anger however long he wants. But we have an expiration date. Before it get dark outside, you better let that go. Let that go. Yeah. You got the sun get long and it gets like orange and red.
Yeah.
You got about
it's almost time.
You got about 10 more minutes. You got about 10 more minutes to let it go. You gotta throw that offense in the trash, man. Whatever that wrong and anger you got going on in you, by the time it get dark, let it go. Throw it in the trash. It's a waste. It's a waste of time. And it's evidence that you're still carnal, that you're not spiritual. Yes, sir.
You got 12 hours in the day.
There's 12. That's if the offense was in the morning.
Yeah.
What happens if the offense was before sundown?
You got 5.
It's like an hour. It's like an hour left, man.
You got 1 hour.
I gotta process. I gotta process all this disgust. I gotta process all this pain, and I got an hour left.
Man.
And it's daylight saving time. Damn, man.
That's crazy.
He said, "Do what?
Be ye angry and sin not.
Go ahead.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Go ahead."
Neither give place to the devil.
It says, "And you shouldn't give place to who?
To the devil.
When you hold on to your pain, your hurt, and you can't let it go, who are you giving opportunity for to come into you?
The devil.
The devil. Now you're easily manipulated by the devil.
That's true.
Because class that we had a long time ago was showing how the devil operates and hides in the shadow and recesses of anger. He hides in the shadow and recesses of an angry, wrathful, malicious mind. And that's why I'm not going to go into it, but there's a whole class talking about that. Of where the devil hides. He hides in anger. Matter of fact, the class was called Angry. Are you angry? Or something like that. I don't know. It was called Angry. It was called Angry with a question mark.
Yeah.
Check it out if you want to see that. It was a long time ago. But it shows you how the devil manipulates people. He manipulates people that harbors and holds on to anger too long and don't know how to let pain go and don't know how to let offenses go. Let that go. Let's finish Psalms 103.
Psalms chapter 103, verse 10.
Go straight to verse 12.
Verse 12.
No, just keep reading. Read on. Just read fast.
Verse 10. He hath not dealt with us after our sins, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. For as the heaven is high above the earth.
He says, because how high the heaven is above the earth, which is miles apart. Read.
So great is his mercy toward them that fear him.
So he says, so also is his mercy for them that what?
Fear him.
So he's showing you the extent that the Most High will go. There's almost no limit to where the Most High will go to show you mercy. Read.
As far as the east is from the west.
He says, as far as that from the east from the west. Read.
So far hath he removed our transgressions from us.
So the Most High said, that's how far away I'll put away your guilt and put away your offenses and put away your sins. Because I'll remove it completely from you. We're the ones that keep hanging offenses over people's head and won't let them forget what they've done to us. We're the ones that keep throwing it in their face. We're the ones that keep reminding them of how polluted they are, of how guilty they are, and how much they hurt me. We're the ones that won't separate it.
Yeah, weaponized offenses.
Yeah. We're the ones that won't do that. The Most High said, man, listen, as far as east from the west, that's how much I'm not even going to put in your face. You can't see the other side. Don't worry about what you did. I'm going to let it go. He's given us the valuable lessons necessary to come out the flesh and be classified to be in the spirit and be rewarded for what the spirit has to offer. Read on.
Verse 13. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Most High pitieth them that fear him. For he knoweth our frame.
He said he knoweth our frame. We talked about this last week. Read on.
He remembereth that we are dust.
He understands, man, I'm not going to be mad at you because you only got a certain amount of time on this earth anyway. Why be mad? You're not even going to be here long enough. Let me just let this go. Give me Philippians 4:7. Philippians 4:7 and 8. Somebody else get Isaiah 63:7.
Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. And the peace of the Most High, which passeth all understanding.
You know why? He says the peace of the Most High passes all understanding? Because we don't understand what it means to love and what it means to be at peace. Man just don't comprehend it. Man just don't know what it means to actually be at peace with each other. With the Most High's level of peace, David was able to mirror that ability to be at peace with a man that obviously was at war with him. He said, but the peace of the Lord passes what?
All understanding.
Read on.
Shall keep your hearts.
It says, but what the Most High has given us in this class is the keys to being generous. The keys to keep giving. If you understand what he's showing us, he's showing you how to keep your heart tender, how to keep it kind and compassionate and affectionate,
And save your heart.
and how to keep your heart.
Because what people talk about all the time is, I was this person in this beginning, and 10 years later, look what happened to me. Look what happened to my heart. I'm not the same person.
I'm not as loving as I used to be. I'm not as giving as I used to be. I'm not as trusting as I used to be. I'm not as generous as I used to be. I'm not as outgoing as I used to be.
Not only may you have lost that person, but you also lost your original self. You lost two people.
Yeah.
You lost the spiritual version of you and the pure version of you, and you may have lost that person in your life that was temporary because I didn't have the skill sets necessary to maintain and extend the life of that relationship or the ability to reinvest, like Shashawan brought out.
And this right here is verse 8. It's showing us the keys. He's giving it to us.
Yeah.
How to keep your heart generous and affectionate.
Yeah.
Read verse 8.
God, verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true.
And you know what it's going to take to do that? You got to focus on what? Whatso things are true. What else?
Whatsoever things are honest.
What else?
Whatsoever things are just.
What else?
Whatsoever things are pure.
What else?
Whatsoever things are lovely.
What else?
Whatsoever things are of good report.
What else?
If there be any virtue.
If there be any what?
Virtue.
Virtue.
Only focus on the virtue of people. Stop looking at the flaws of people.
That's the answer.
Stop looking at the offenses of people. Stop looking at the sins of people.
That's the fight. That is the fight.
Especially the people that you practice and worship the Lord with.
Yeah.
Stop just looking at the guilt, sin, mistakes of people. Start rechanneling, retraining your mind to start looking at the good in people, in the virtues in people. Read.
If there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things.
Retrain your mind to think on these things. You have to retrain your thinking to remove the hate that's in your heart. You got to retrain the way you think.
It's facts, man.
Last verse, Isaiah 63 and 7.
Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 7 reads, I will mention the loving kindness.
Stop. This ability has a name. It's called what?
Loving kindnesses.
So this ability to not look at the sins and offenses and the treatment of how people and the wrongs that people have done and their mistakes that's obviously in front of you. This ability has a name. And this name is called what?
Loving kindnesses.
That's something that we don't possess. Loving kindnesses or loving kindness is an ability to love people regardless and be kind to people regardless of their mistakes, sins, offenses, hate, treatment, disgust that they have towards you, things that they've done wrong, obvious abnormalities. I still know how to come back and love. That's an ability for one, the Most High has, an ability Christ has. That ability is called loving kindness. Read.
Come. I will mention the loving kindnesses of the Lord.
Read on.
And the praises of the Lord according to all that the Lord hath bestowed on us.
Read.
And the great goodness towards the house of Israel.
And he says, I'm going to praise what makes the Most High so wonderful and why he should be worshipped. Because he mastered and he understands how to show loving kindness. I can still treat you good even though you treat me evil. Man don't know how to do that. And that is the next class, is the power of loving kindness. We'll save that for next week. Is that it, my Waller?
Live.
Finish that.
Which he hath bestowed on them according to his mercies.
It says according to his what?
Mercies.
Read on.
And according to the multitude of his loving kindnesses.
So the Most High is full of mercies. He's full of loving kindness. The Most High continually knows how to let the mistakes of man go.
It's about that.
And that's what he called from us.
He even said, I want to always be angry with you.
Say it again?
He even said, I want to always be angry with you. Because man, but just flesh. You went at that a couple days ago.
Yeah, that's what he said right now. He said, I will not always chide with man.
Yeah.
Not always gonna be angry with man. I'm not always gonna be offended at man. Eventually I'm just gonna say, you know what? You don't get it. But I'm gonna still love you anyway. Alright, with that we're gonna say shalom. The water for class. We will see you again on Friday. Shalom.